your mic when not speaking to minimize background noise, just so we can hear ourselves and have a great experience. Please respect others, avoid interrupting or talking over others. Show appreciation for diverse perspectives and opinions. Also take notes and ask clarifying questions to enhance your understanding. Please keep your comments very relevant and minimize your distractions. Yes, so we'll now go to the national anthem, the Nigerian national anthem, as we officially open the day two of Pen to Influence.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children a banner without stain. Oh God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
God bless Nigeria, and it's so good to be Nigerian. Yes, so moving on, because today we have a power-packed event, and time is of the essence, so we're going to really go so fast. I'm going to just give us a recap of what happened yesterday, all the things that we had, and how immersive the experience was. So yesterday we had wonderful speakers in the person of we're meant to have Dr. Ayo Babatunde, but we're unable to because of, obviously, she had a bit of issues. You know, we had Mr. Omoto Shaw yesterday, and it was wonderful. We had great team members from Malicha Publishing telling us and talking us through. Of course, we had a very beautiful Perpetua, who happens to be my co-host, you know, and all of those events were streamed live on YouTube. And I'm hoping we can have a replay so you can experience it if you missed it. Now, we are here at the day two. We're going to have a quick remark from Dr. Ayoyinka Babatunde, just because she wasn't able to join. So it's going to be a video played though. And after that, we go straight into today's business. Thank you. Media, can we have the video from Dr. Ayoyinka Babatunde, please? Right, so I don't think the video is ready, so we're going to go straight to the special. Yes, we're going to go straight to the special offers. As you know, Malicha Publishing is launched her website yesterday officially, and then there are special offers that are on for us, just for us on this conference. So there's a video that's going to be played, and when we come back from that video, I shall talk us through what the special offers are. Right, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the day 2 of Pen to Influence, authoring for personal branding, thought leadership, and profitable impact from the stables of Malicha Publishing, the author's midwife. We have some, like I mentioned earlier, we have some special offers that are going to be shown, and I will just talk us through it. The first one is becoming a profitable writer, and that's the release book. Can we have a picture of that one, please? Right, so there you have it. So as you can see, this book is for Malicha, Becoming a Profitable Writer, discover how to earn millions writing from the comfort of your home, obviously by the convener of this event and of course the founding director at Malicha Publishing. Now this book is going for 4,500 Naira, but for the pre-release order is 2,500 Naira only. And that's because of this conference from yesterday and today. So if I were you, I would buy off this right now because the offer is not going to last after today. And then we also have Pen to Influence Mastermind Coaching. Can we have that one, please? Thank you. Right. So this obviously is a 4-week coaching program to activate and establish personal brand building activity and achieve lasting impact. So the program, as you see, is just to craft your authorship dream and pathway, develop your compelling content strategy. Now, this is going for a deposit of 50,000 Naira in 2 or 3 installments allowed. And we're just not doing this for everybody, it's for 25 persons because we are interested in keeping people. Now at Malicha Publishing, and obviously the team at Malicha Publishing are more concerned with retainership, keeping and building rather than just everyone. So if I were you, once again, I'll jump on this offer because it is such a great one. I think I need to join this myself. And we also have the next one, please. Right, unlocking the power of authorship via our exclusive P2I offers. Now, as you can see, we have, these are the packages. We have exclusive consultation, we have book content craft, we have special author branding, authors prime websites, ebook and paper book product development, influencer market book promotion, authorship launch, and many more. So this, like this event, the event is living up to its standards and living up to its expectation because this is the event you want to come to when you want to do that call to action right now. So we're not just talking to you and informing you, we're talking to you and also giving you the keys to open the doors in your authoring career. Of course, if you're authoring for personal branding, brand building. Right. So that will be all for the special offer, and then as the event goes we'll keep talking about it just so everyone can get acquainted to it. Over to you, Perpetua.
Thank you so much, Tanya. That's a beautiful one you've done talking about the offers. And just like you said, these are very important offers that I think that anyone who is interested in making a mark as a thought leader or as an influencer or an influential author would want to grab any of those. And also that book that talks about, being an author, how to start writing, from the comfort of your home. That's something that I feel that people should also grab. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to tell you that we'll be having our very first speaker for today. And now, this amazing person is an accomplished legislator who served as the whip of the ninth Ondo State House of Assembly, adept at managing diverse committee responsibilities and driving impactful legislation. He served as chairman, House Committee on Education. I think I'll need to come in at this point. Kindly mute your devices. If you're just joining us, make sure you mute your devices. Kindly mute your devices. This is very important because, we're sharing we're sharing a virtual space, and whatever you do will sort of upset or disturb or interfere or interrupt someone else. So it's important that we mute our devices. And if you also do not think that you want your video to be on, you can turn it off, especially if you think you are moving around or you're going to some places or you're not seated in one place. We do not like embarrassment. We do not want to be embarrassed. So it's important that we always remember this thing. So please mute your devices. And our first speaker for today, like I said earlier, is an accomplished legislator who served as the whip of the 9th Ondo State House of Assembly. He served as chairman, House Committee on Education, Science and Technology, and ad hoc committee in VAP Law, among others. He is the pioneer vice chairman West Africa for Africa Young Parliamentarian Network with its headquarters in Kenya. He is a seasoned conference speaker across the African continent. He has a background in education and effective communication with a proven track record in fostering youth empowerment and promoting strategic leadership initiatives, both locally and across the African continent. Ladies and gentlemen, I speak of none other than Congressman Simeon Toluwani Borokini. He is the senior legislative aide to the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio, and he will be talking on the role of political leaders in authoring for national branding, thought leadership, and developmental impact. Please, it is my honor and privilege to have you join me as we welcome our first speaker for today, Congressman Simeon Toluwani Borokini. A round of applause, please. Thank you so much, Congressman. It's a pleasure to meet you again today, even though this is a virtual meeting, but I'm really hyped up and I'm interested in listening to the amazing things, the nuggets that you'll be sharing with us today. Thank you so much. You have the floor, sir. Okay, Congressman, if you can hear me, I do not know if there's a technical issue. I will expect that technical will jump on that. Congressman, I can see you're here. You can please turn on your video.
Yeah, he's here. And then
can you hear me, sir?
He told you as well.
Congressman Simeon, if you can hear me, we'd like you to take the floor now. Okay, so while we wait for Congressman to get ready, I might just go over the rules again. And of course, I think we've said that many times. Tanya, my colleague, has also mentioned some of them. It's just very simple. We have a chat box. Whatever it is you want to know, you can jump on the chat box and ask your questions. And then for the offers we talked about, these offers are time bound. You had yesterday and today to jump on these offers. And today is still very young. You still have the time until the end of the show. So if you're interested in getting any of the offers, you can also use the chat box and then you can direct it to any of the members of the team so they can tell you what to do. And apart from that, once we have anybody speak, we'll have a time for question and answers. However, what we are doing is we're compiling on all the questions. So what you do is, the moment a speaker is talking, you can start typing your questions in the chat box, and then you indicate who you want to answer that question. And I think it's interesting to know that we have a panel session coming up. And on that panel session, we have 4 amazing people. I do not use words loosely. For people who know me, they know I do not use words loosely. So it's amazing because the topic is something you want to relate to. It's more like, if you ask me, I'll say it's the summary of what this 2-day conference is really all about. We have seasoned writers on that particular panel to talk to us. And I have also seen, the talking points. And I know that these are things that will benefit every one of us. I mean, if you decided to be a part of this conference, it's because you have a yearning, you have a hunger, you have a desire. And I want you to rest assured that these desires will definitely be met. I see that our guest, the Congressman, is getting ready. And while we're waiting for him, we can also have some interlude. I mean, I enjoyed that soft music that played a while ago. If you can just have it on loop so it doesn't just stop, that will also be good. Thank you. Technical.
Simeon Borokini is the senior legislative aide to the president of the Senate, Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio. He is an accomplished legislator who served as the whip of the 9th Ondo State House of Assembly. He is adept at managing diverse committee responsibilities and driving impactful legislation. Simeon Borokini served as chairman House Committee on Education, Science and Technology, and ad hoc committee in VAPP law, amongst others. He is the pioneer vice chairman West Africa for Africa Young Parliamentarian Network with its headquarters in Kenya. He is a seasoned conference speaker across the African continent. Simeon Borokini has a background in education and effective communication, with a proven track record in fostering youth empowerment and promoting strategic leadership initiatives both locally and across the African continent. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome Congressman Simeon Borokini, FCT, Nigeria.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, please, Congressman. We can hear you.
Oh,
but we
right.
can't see you fine.
Pleasure to be part of this epoch-making occasion today, and I want to appreciate the entire team, and especially the team lead for this visionary occasion, this visionary idea, this visionary program. I want to say that more of this should come up more often, and of course, it is what we need. It is what we need now, and I want to appreciate everyone. I want to appreciate the opportunity given to me to be part of this global virtual conference on authoring for personal brand, building thought leadership, and profitable impact. For me, let me just works and trends are, of course, very key and very strategic. Literature that are invaluable for today's professionals. It fosters critical thinking, cultural understanding, ethical considerations, and innovative thinking. Literature, of course, remains a mirror. Struggles, aspirations, and of course, individual endeavors from time immemorial. Pivotal role in influencing leadership thoughts through thinking and transformation. Literature, of course, gives expression to our native intelligence from time immemorial. 1984 is a literary work that inspires fresh perspectives on governance and ethics. You would also remember Ayikwe Ama's Beautiful Ones Are Not Yet Born. And of course, many, many literary works that have over time tried to satirize the society. How about Anma Farm? They always come to that point where they provide cultural proficiency and empathy. Novels such as Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart and Gabriel Garcia Marquez's 100 Years of Solitude provide deep cultural insights, fostering greater empathy and cultural awareness. Let me talk about ethical leadership a bit. Harper's Lee Board and Arthur Miller's The Crucible, they offer valuable lessons for ethical leadership. Today, have significant impact, highly significant impact on businesses, career, professional focus on inclusivity, digital and interactive storytelling. Storytelling is what brands to sustain the cutting edge in the business industry. Storytelling that literature has given navigators in businesses. They stay on the cutting edge in their various industries. We grew up seeing many adverts on television, banks, close-ups, Coca-Cola, different methods to drive home their point. I wish of that bank of that year, a song that brings everybody to see what the message was about. So the over driven home interactive and digital storytelling, it is what literature, of course, has given. What was like our over the time through literature, they have exemplified the importance of diversity and inclusion. Eyes of the digital and interactive storytelling seen in video games and online platforms presents new opportunities for engaging audiences in marketing and communication. Suffice it to say that these literary trends enhance strategic thinking, adaptive views, understanding of leadership and team dynamics, which are crucial for effective management, decision making in today's interconnected world. Of course, the world, it has become a global village with different devices, different platforms to interact. So whatever we do, whatever we are doing in today's has given all of us that advantage. And of course, we take advantage to influence. Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
yes. Go ahead, Congressman. We can hear you, please.
Okay. All right. I wanted to be sure that I'm still very much with you and you're still very much with me. Brands have tried to ensure build their cutting edge. They make their profit by storytelling, which is of course one thing that literature has given to the society, to politics, to business, to every facet of the strength that we see with literature has come to do for us. So let me just add this as I begin to round off. You know, that for all of us on this platform and beyond here, we must take advantage of using the pen environment. Social media has become a platform where people have lost morals, and we must try to preserve that. Where where people have lost respect, where people have lost those institutional values, we must be that salt, that sanity. One of our literary icons is this musician, Beautiful Nubia. Beautiful his own music to satirize the society. And at the time it started, it started with an untamed that style. But storytellers are pathfinders. Storytellers are, we must continue to navigate. We must tell many stories with our creativity, with our creative ingenuity. There are still stories to be heard by us in this generation. As literary minds, we must seek to continue to be in this age and time where values are lost, where modesty, peer pressure is become get rich quick, to use our pen to influence them. Add this up before I round off. Into the area of features in personal branding and thoughtful leadership. We are all brands. Brands is a story being told, and that is the reason why I needed. We are all stories being told, either we like it or not. We live in a time where there is a lot of competition. We live in a time of misgivings, but we must keep our identity. The American marketing as a logo in 1960. The AMA redefined brand in 2000. Theme, design, symbol, or any other feature that identifies a service as distinct from those of other sellers. A brand is considered a legal offering corporate identity, acting as a memory shortcut to building brands, creating an emotional brands appeal to make decisions today based on sensitivity to their emotions. Brands present an identity aspects, namely self-projection, relationship, culture, physique, reflection. Everyone is a brand. For a promotion or engaging in your success will depend on getting people to the need you to market yourself. Branding is strategically practice your craft and a proposition. 7 steps in market. Define your purpose by and strength by thinking about what you want to make, but whom you want to make a difference to, and for what you do, and keeps your brand going. You have maximum interest in your craft, such that it gets tough. You have something pushing, and you still stay focused. Some time ago, someone threw a party and asked everybody to come to a Tommy Hilfiger branded item. So people came with different face caps, sunglasses, shirts, different things, wristwatches, things that. So, and there were bouncers at the entrance. So this particular guy, and the bouncer bounced him back. And you want to ask me, why did they bounce this man? And the man was not going to be allowed to. And he made a request. He said, call me the owner of this event. Together. So they quickly went to get the man and brought him. The moment the man came, you figure on him. And the owner of the event said, can't you smell his? He's wearing a Tommy Hilfiger perfume. But the bouncers and everybody at the entrance did not Hilfiger perfume smell. Because it became the brand. He wore it, but people could not see it. One time, the owner of Rolex was greeted, rather. The exchange pledge was greeted by his friend that the wristwatch business going. And the man answered him, we are not into any wristwatch business. He said, but you make wristwatches. Yes, but I'm not into a wristwatch business. He said, I'm into a class, which means what we sell is for a class, is for a brand. So it's not wristwatch we are selling. We are selling, if you wear a Rolex watch at that time, many years ago, if you wear a Rolex wristwatch, you belong to a particular wearing, in a society. So the man said, no, I was only selling, I will only sell luxury. We sell class. That is what we sell. So the question today, what are you selling? You are building it all about. Is it what people can just come by? Defines the real you. So quickly run by them. Audit your personal brand, your credentials, doing a self-assessment and view you. This is very important in the mind of everyone who has come in contact. What lasting impact is your brand leaving in people? Person who has heard so much about you, for egusi soup with pounded yam is indigenous, and then eating it for the first time will not have the same testimony about the meal. What you have presented, it has killed the purpose and the essence of that brand. Its core value. Number three, by identifying memorable stories that will best. You have to do things differently from the general to be. Use it very well. Experience. And before, communicate your brand through speeches or other channels. But of course, social media. All social media cannot be overemphasized. You have to be very careful of whatsoever message to the world, as well as portraying who you are and what. Employ your brand, embody your brand like that man who wore the perfume of Tommy Hilfiger. Embody your brand by paying in every social interaction. So, around off finally now. Hello.
Yes, Congressman, we can hear you, please. We're just can
Okay.
we mute our mics, please? Those in the audience, thank you. As Congressman rounds up.
So set and adjust your brand. Analyze brand by getting influential people and influencers today, but be your. I would say. Number 7, reevaluate and adjust your brand by to fix and strengthen the brand more. Areas of strength on your brand always. Now, we must also know that the age and was artificial intelligence. So in building a personal brand, AI in mind, by displaying AI is dynamically transforming branding landscape, breakthrough, creative content, immersive experiences, and all at large has now come to a new dispensation where AI as a brand. Therefore, AI is applied and targets customers, create appropriate brand advertising preference to offer a personal. Who does not know how social media content creators of their own lately? They are really distinct and unique in beauty. Your professional and personal success recognize your value, so don't quit. Go out, keep doing, pay and represent, and don't stop delivering of the 10 talents. The one that never put the time on no matter how talented at your comfort zone as a log of wood. So no matter what it is, if you light a candle, do not let your light so shine. Speak for itself and jingle in your ears as the minted coins will jingle in the pocket. And thanks for listening.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, Congressman Simeon Toluwani Borokini. That was an amazing session indeed. I mean, we had a bit of network glitch, and it's no fault of any of ours. It's the internet and of course the world that we live in. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for that wonderful piece. And one of the take home would be as literary minds, we should be able to tell stories with creativity. I like how you're able to talk about storytelling as a very big part to personal brand building and thought leadership, of course. Thank you so much, sir. Right, moving on very quickly. We're going to go to the launch of, we launched the website yesterday, the official Malisha website yesterday, but we're going to now see what it looks like and know what it's about, so we can start our some of us here, we're going to start our literary journey here. And if you're with me on this page, I think it's important that you, after the conference, go to the website and see the things you can gain from it. Right, so over to Tech, please.
All right, good afternoon, and I'm happy to see you today. So before I show you the website, we're just going to show a video of how the website looks like. So please watch and enjoy it. Okay, so that's just the preview of how our website looks like. So now we're going to head straight to the website. So please, the link to the website. So the link to the website will be posted in the group, in the chat box. So what I want you to do is just click on the login or sign up when you click on that link. So we're just going to do that right now. So you need to sign up to register for the website. When you click on login or sign up button, it take you here. If you're already a user, all you need to do is click on the username and put your password. Then here, all you have to do is fill in the spaces, the name, username, phone number, password, and click on sign up. So we'll quickly head over to the website. So let's go over to the website itself. So yes, so this is our website. As you can see, in our hero section, the first thing is our pictures, our events, scrolling over it. So the next section after this, next section, is just a short intro about what we are, who are Malishas. The next section. Then yes, this is very important. We have a free gift for everybody. What is this free gift? Well, if you don't know anything about publishing, but you want to get into publishing, all you have to do is download this publishing book. What you need to do is fill in your email and your name, then click on submit, and you will directly get this book in your email itself. So we are going to see what this website has. Next, we'll go to the services. Why do you need this Malisha publishing website? So I'm going to show you some of our services. Yes, so what do Malisha do? Well, we offer a lot of service. Scroll down. Among our services, we have the book publishing consultation. Next. Then we have the book content development, which is actually the first stage for your book publishing. Then after the content development of your book, we have the production and printing, meaning that we help you to produce and print your book. Next section. Then another of our services, after we print the book, what will happen? How people get to know about your book? Well, that's easy. We help you to promote and market your book. And after that, we do a book release and launch event for you after doing that. Scroll down. And finally, we give you free manuscript review. How does this free manuscript work? There, let's see. Click on it. So this is the free manuscript review. Scroll down. So we offer free assessment for you. How it works is, scroll down. Next section. So how it works, first of all, you see this email here, you need to send your manuscript, meaning your book. You have to send it to us for us to be able to review it. And make sure you title it well, review my manuscript now. Secondly, we acknowledge that email you sent within the next 24 hours. Then depending on your entry number and the word count of your manuscript, that will determine how long your review will take. And then it will be completed and sent to you with an email to notify you that it has been completed. And after that, you get a chapter of your manuscript revamp, meaning the rewritten manuscript. And then you also have the free privilege of having 30 minutes free section to discuss feedback of what your manuscript is. If you have any corrections, we help you to do that. Now, apart from these services, we have an upskill section. So what is this upskill about? Well, upskill. So our upskill is kind of like an academy. We offer coaching, training, and other services for you. So some of our trainings are here. You can see we have the editing and proofreading masterclass that teaches you how to edit and be a good proofreader. Then book publishing. If you want to publish a book, you can choose this course. Then Amazon KDP is on the rise right now. So you can quickly head over here, get the course and start learning it. And apart from this, we also offer, scroll down. Next section. We also offer coaching and mentorship. Well, our mentorship program, we have premium authorship, business writing, and communication just for you. Then after this, we also have our courses. We have the Amazon KDP and Career Success. I'm sure everyone wants to have a successful career. So with this course, you'll be able to know how you can have a successful career. So I'll quickly head over to our bookstore. What if you don't want to write book? You don't want to publish book. You just want to read. Well, that's easy. All you have to do is head over to our bookstore and choose any book you want. We have self-help books, and you can see a list of them. We also have business books. You can see a list of them, especially this 360-degree career. And we have fictional book, which is this Shoprite Saved by our very own director herself. So these are some of the features that I can get from our Madisha website. So what is the benefit of using our website? Well, there are lots of benefits of using Madisha website. And one of them is that as an author, we help you to publish your book, help you to promote your book, launch and release your book. Then, if you don't want to read, well, we have upskill section for you where you can go through courses and be able to gain insight. Then what about reading books? Well, we have bookstore. You can quickly head over to our bookstore and choose any books of your desire just to read. And another important thing, our website is user-friendly. As you can see from the live demo, you don't need to start cracking your brain and thinking where you will go, but it's very easy to. So this is just a preview of our website. So later on your own free time, you can quickly click on our website link, scroll and admire the website, and also go through it. go to our courses, our bookstore, and click on anything you want. So that will be all. I will be handing over to our host to continue the event. Thank you. So please.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shula. Particularly, I loved your voice whilst you were giving that presentation. And because of you, I'm sure a lot of people will go click that website. Thank you so much, the team at Malicha. Right, taking us further for the next 15 minutes, please welcome to speak about strategic and exceptional personal branding via authoring and publishing. Welcome, please, a Malicha VIP author showcase, Faith Akintunde.
With over 14 years of experience driving excellence in the financial services, oil and gas servicing, and manufacturing industries. As an emotionally intelligent manager's coach, she is dedicated to optimal performance and execution, delivering value-added services across the HR value chain. Her expertise spans talent acquisition, onboarding management, performance management, strategic HR management, and industrial relations. Faith is renowned for her unwavering commitment to excellence execution, translating strategic intent into actionable HR policies and practices that fuel business growth and efficiency. As a performance coach and creative influencer, she excels in goal setting, effective communication, presentation, and negotiation. Faith holds a first degree in economics from Obafemi Awolowo University and a master's degree in economics from the famous University of Lagos. She is a certified GPHR, PHRI, and SHRMCP, and a faculty member of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, CIPM of Nigeria. Faith is also a subject matter expert with the Human Resource Certification Institute and the pioneer of HR Professional Leverage, Finance Pro Leverage, and the HRPL Academy. Previously, Faith Akintunde served as a HR business partner for PZ Wilmar, a joint venture between PZ Cussons and Wilmar International. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome Faith Akintunde, Maryland, USA.
In the bar. It's time. Thank you so much for having me. That was quite an introduction. And I was just asking the founder, where did you guys find this profile? Was that me? I feel very honored and humble to be in this place today. And all the accolades or whatever you had over there is not mine. I want to just say thank God for the opportunity to actually serve the world, if I would say, if I can say that. Okay. I hope you can see my screen. I'm just trying to make this work right now. If it's exactly what you want to see, please just let me know. I'm having a bit of struggle to put it the way I want it to be. Okay. Today, and I heard you say I have 15 minutes. I just hope that's that's not exactly what it is, right? But I'm going to make the best of my efforts to sort of shrink what I've got. Okay. This is not exactly what I want to do. Just hold me, just give me 1 minute, okay? Okay, just make you go feel that way. It's the wrong. Okay, that's good.
Do you want to make it into a
Yeah,
slideshow?
my screen is, the Zoom screen is blocking
Oh, okay.
my,
There is if you look on your at the bottom, there are some small icons. There's one
yeah,
that
I
look like
do. I know that part, right? The challenge
Yeah.
is my screen is just, let's hold on, let me just pause share.
Yeah, if you share, it may change. If you share,
Yeah,
it will become slideshow then.
that's what I want to do. I want to make it on slideshow first before I share the
Yeah.
screen.
Oh, it's already sharing. You're already sharing your screen. If you go to that
Yes,
bottom
it's
side,
supposed to go on the slideshow. The challenge I'm having is the Zoom screen is blocking the
or
lower
can you
part of my,
yeah, let me see. If you go down below, there's a place that says display settings. There are some small icons there. There is one that looks like a television close to the volume. If you click that one below,
the display screen.
yeah, the display
Okay.
screen. Let me see. I can use annotation to like kind of
Just hold on. Oh, okay.
Zoom can be fun. Exactly. Here we go. Is this what you want to do?
No. So don't
Okay.
worry, it's coming up now.
Yeah, okay.
I'm back out of my, okay.
Share screen.
Okay, so I'm gonna share screen with Fred.
And you could also share, the admin will also share for you if that is easier.
Yeah, they do have this, I think it's perfect now.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you. Zoom is really interesting. It's been a while. I've been quite familiar with Teams. That's what I work with. Okay, 2 minutes gone. Please add it back to my time. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and good morning, good evening, wherever you're joining us from today. I want to first say thank you to the leadership and the team at Malicha. I would call them. Can you hear me? Is someone talking to me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you, Faith, please. Go ahead.
Okay, fantastic. So I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to speak today. And I want to say great job, to all of you for setting this up. The media works, the communication has been very fantastic. I would say thank you as well to the Congressman, Borokini Simeon, for an excellent delivery. Of course, the realities of our internet world is still there, but he did share a lot of valuable content there. I'll jump straight to what we've got today. And before jumping straight there, I'll just quickly ask you a few questions. Right. Let's see. I want to know that we have a common goal. That's why we're here today, right? You're here for one reason or another. For whatever reasons those are, I would encourage you to take action today to make the time you're spent here to continue giving. And one of the ways you can do that is to take on the offer that Malicha has put forward today. I've already gone into the internet, the website, I've registered, I've activated my account, and I can tell you it's quite a rich resource they've got there. The offer that has been made today, I think, is one way that you can tell yourself that you're committed to starting your authoring or your writing journey. There's a few things I'll share with you as we continue today, and I hope that would also encourage you to take on the offers and to take action today. What small steps are you going to be taking? And that's one of those small steps you should be taking today, right? What can authoring do for you? Would you need personal branding? Do you need it? I mean, these are questions that you can ask yourself. As we continue in the presentation, you will be able to find some of those answers, or I'll tell you some of those answers are actually already within you. And what's stopping you, right? Is branding equal to being popular? I'm sure you already have answers, but these are questions that I believe are in the minds of people. Also, a couple of this have been on my mind or were on my mind prior to writing a book or prior to certain times in my authoring journey. So come along with me and let's see how we make great use of the time that we've got. A couple of truths I'd like to share with you. They are my truths. And I am hoping that I can onboard you on this truth, right? You are a business entity. You're a business entity, you're a company. Irrespective of where you are on your journey today, it doesn't change the fact that you're a company. Whether you have a registered name on CAC or your name is available on Google or not, you're a company. And I would encourage you to start to think of yourself that way. Everything you do today has its plus delta on your personal brand. What does that mean? Plus delta is plus or minus or change or difference, right? Everything you do, and I mean everything, including the things you don't want to talk about, right? Every of those things, why do they have their impact, right? The impacts they have first starts with what comes up in your mind. Everything you do, including the use of social media, including the things you say to people, including how you interact with your friends, when you are all dressed and showing up, or when you are in your nightwear, all of this has its plus delta on your personal brand. It is how you show up, both in public and in your private space. I can't say that enough. Another truth is, if you know something, talk about it. It doesn't have to be perfect, in the simplest of ways you can. And hopefully you get a chance to read my book, or you will find it on Malicha's website as well. A lot of the feedbacks I've received on that book is the simplicity. And for me, that's to let you know that you don't have to be high up there or very technical or very sophisticated before you can speak or say something or write something about what you know. Documenting your thoughts daily is not just a baby step, but a giant one. It's a giant step. Just that you take your pen or a virtual pen, or you have a journal on your phone and you are writing your thoughts. It's a great way to actually start your journey to either your branding or your authoring, okay? All you need is just the audience of one. Just worry about, hey, I want to do a program. I need it to be packed. I need people to be there. I need it to be full. If you keep thinking that way, you're never going to start. You want to just think about an audience of one. And I tell you, there is nobody today that does not have at least one audience. Even the baby that was just born a few minutes ago already has an audience. So think about that. And all you just need is an audience of one. There's someone that needs what you know. So don't be afraid to share, and don't wait for 1 million followers before you start to share your thoughts. Your personal brand is simply what you are known for. And it doesn't matter how many people know you, right? It is what you are known for. What comes to mind when people think about you? Or what do people think about when you come to mind? Okay. That being said, I want to agree that you have onboarded with me. You have come with me to agree that you are a company, you are a brand. And just look at what Sir Richard Branson said. He said, the way a company brands itself is everything. It will ultimately decide whether a business survives. The way a company brands itself is everything. And that will ultimately decide whether the business will survive. So thinking that you're a business, and we're not talking about your life, we're talking about your brand, right? If that brand would survive, if that brand would outlive you, it is how you operate. It is how you show up, okay? Now that we are here, we agree that we're a company, we're a business. How do we show up strategically? How do we show up strategically? How do we exceptionally brand ourselves? Right. You want to be intentional. And I'm careful to use this word because I think it's becoming a buzzword. It's becoming somewhat overused, right? But being intentional is simply staying conscious of the steps you're taking, the decisions you're making. Honestly, it doesn't have to be big stuff, the things that you call big. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It is just saying, I want to do this now and doing it, as simple as putting your pen to paper, as simple as putting your thoughts in a notepad. Just be intentional about it. As much as possible, you don't want to be like every other person. You don't want to be intimidated or pressured by what you observe people be or show up as online. You just want to be focused on and you want to be focused and you want to stay true to self. That is being authentic, being yourself. I had the privilege of taking my daughter to because a few days back, as we say, it was a physician consultation. And one of the things we were talking about is the fact that she's introverted. She doesn't like to make a lot of friends. No, she want to make friends, but she just finds herself not making a lot of friends. And one of the things the doctor said to us was, hey, all you need to do is just stay true to yourself. Don't try to be like everyone else. Just want friends. Understand who you are, what works for you, and just stay true to that. Right. But then she's worried about not making a lot of friends, you see. Don't be like that. Be like what the doctor has said to us, and that's what we're working on, right? Be happy with where we are, being true to ourselves, and stay focused on that. When you do that, don't try to come to you. The people that you are sent to will come to you, and they don't have to be 1,000,001. They could just be one person. I'll share this with you. There was this story about a young person. I wouldn't know if he was young, but he had this vision, and he was just State House. He would host programs, and a lot of times he didn't have a lot of people joining his program. But you know that when he blew because one of the 10 people that once listened to him share his idea, one of them was Oprah. You know who Oprah Winfrey is. And that person did sponsor setting of his ideas that were very exciting. So you don't have to have 1,000,000 followers. You don't have to have 1,000,000 audience. Just stay true to yourself, stay focused, and continue to share what you know. Flaunt your strength. There is nobody that doesn't have strength. Nobody. There's something that is good about it. Discover what that is and flaunt it. Flaunt it to the right audience, wherever people are that are listening to you. Okay? Stay on the radar. Stay on the radar. So many things. Stay on the radar and stay on the radar. Where your audience are. And I do not know where your audience are. You may not necessarily know where all your audience are, but from a social media perspective, people are on LinkedIn, people are on X. I love Twitter. People are on Instagram, people are on Facebook. From a social media perspective, from a community perspective, from platform perspective, right? I'd like to have a feedback. Can you hear me clearly? Is there a flow or it's patchy? I'd like to know. I'm getting feedback on my system showing me my audio quality is affected. Is that correct?
No, I think I can hear you clearly, Faith.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. So you wanna just stay true to being on the radar of the right audience for you. For me, for an example, okay, it's Lichin. I think it's clear now. For me, for instance, my audience is on LinkedIn because I'm a career professional. Most of the people I would want to engage are on LinkedIn. So I try my best to stay on the radar. And please don't fall the pressure of having to always appear perfect. A lot of people that are falling for it a lot of times, depending on the mood you are in. But irrespective of that, just think about that audience of one that needs to hear from you today. Share your thoughts with them. Put it on the platform where they will likely see it. And don't bother about the amount of likes or comments, amount of feedback that you get or not, but just continue to share. All right? Of course, feedback is about for that. Build positive relationships. And this is the perspective of what I look for you, physical or build positive relationships. I wish I know the right words to hold this and just program it on everybody's mind for us to understand how important building positive relationships are. It's going to help you with visibility. It's going to help you with recommendations. It's going to help you with resources, putting people on your project, people giving you ideas, people sharing your knowledge, people talking about you and recommending you to platforms and places. Build positive relationships, irrespective of your technical knowledge or know-how. Your relationship would have a transcending impact on your person, on your brand, when you are there. Right, let's talk about authoring and publishing. I'll quickly share my story with you. I hope I can do that in a nutshell. Right from while I was in school, I went to the almighty Obafemi Awolowo University, and I've always dreamed of writing a book. I want to write a book. I cannot count how many times I've picked up a pen to try to write a book. But each time I do that, it just doesn't work. Like I write a page and I'm done. I write a page and I'm stuck on what's the structure going to look like? How many chapters is it going to have? How many pages is it going to be? What's the title going to be? All of those. With all of that coming in my brain, I wouldn't just go past the first or second page. Right. And it went on and on and on and on. It's more than 20 years. Okay, almost 20 years. Right. But seeing my journey across those periods from NYSC, starting to work, moving across industries and all of that, I couldn't still write my. But COVID happened and I had reasons to change jobs. I was supposed to resume in a workplace when COVID happened and there was lockdown and people were being stopped from resuming to their workplaces. People were losing jobs and all that. And I was in between. I'd resigned and I was resumed here. And I wasn't sure if I was going to ever resume. I was worried. And I said to myself, Faith, if you don't have a job to do, what are you going to do? Help people navigate this whole experience of not having a job. People were losing jobs. My mentees were losing jobs, and we were dealing with how to get another job during COVID and all of that. And I said, okay, let's just start sharing. I started to share my thoughts. That was I would say, my first official or taking seriously my thought leadership, if I would say. I've been sharing a lot. I've been sharing. But this time I had a coach where, for different reasons, I had a coach. It was not for a book. And then this coach said, hey, all these activities you're doing for people, why not structure it and help more people scale? And I thought about scaling. Scaling for me was going virtual. You couldn't go anywhere anyway, so we're all at home. And I just thought, okay, let's and after sharing all of those, I had a couple of series of sessions sharing different things. And then my coach told me, and I'd like to tell you this, coaching and mentoring is one very powerful resource, a very powerful tool for your journey. Be willing to invest. At this time, I invested about triple of my pay, my monthly pay for that coaching program. And I didn't have any other intention than to just become a better person. And so all that content, I was given a challenge to put that into this, all this content were audio, videos, and all of that, to put it into text. And I started thinking of what am I going to do? And by God's grace, the author's midwife just came to mind and had a conversation, and I started thinking about it. And I can tell you, if there's anything that is fitting for this company, Malicha, it is author's midwife. They will help you birth that book. All I did wrong in my life was talking to Lillian, quote and unquote. I couldn't sleep anymore because she would pressure you. She would put all the pressure to a point I got upset. It's like, right? But the pressure did help me. We put all those content into resource, into editable materials that people could read, text that people could read. It was a long journey, not quite long, couple of months, but I would say long because it was intense. It would mean taking extra hours of sleep. It would mean being committed. It would mean never giving up on the dream. And I saw my life, and 3 steps back, I could say, hey, honestly, this was beyond what I actually dreamed of having. And with the book is sold out now. The book is totally sold out. And virtually on a frequent basis, we get feedbacks on the value this book is giving. People are the book they read and they find it part with. And that is to tell you that until you birth that book, until you birth that idea, you may never know who is missing out on the value you have to share. And I've always said, it's just more just to impact one life and impact one life and impact one life, and that will be it. We've gone beyond writing now. Different resources that people can use, partnering with different known organizations and platforms to share ideas and thoughts in piecemeals on frequent basis. And I think that's one of the things that brings you fulfillment. And you are sort of that's really having all of it together in one form. And that is my story. If you do have questions, please ask me and share your answers. All right, this is a bonus for me to give. Without any bias to all the platforms I've spoken about, if you're looking to really capture an audience that would read, an audience that is professional, an audience about the production, right, and the dirtiness of content, and such a platform, right? I personally, I think it's that online aspect that you have, right? So I have an individual for me and offer, or you land. I'm not for this anyway, so but I've got from that, Great profiles, not just presence on LinkedIn, but a great profile on LinkedIn. Okay, that's it. Okay, it's nice. LinkedIn for this page. You can have a great car. You can have this slide is just and what that's to tell you that it's not in Nigeria that we have this kind of issues. And this
You can turn off your video a little. If you turn off your video to reduce the bandwidth.
Okay. So my system is busy. That is just telling me that I have a lot of house open up. Yeah, so maybe I can help my audio. And I can also take my video off. I will do that. Okay. Okay. I think that helps. Yeah. So you want to be present. You want to be able to share employment information. And it doesn't have to be that you're employed. Like we've said, you are a company. You are a business. Fantastic. Thank you for the feedback. You are a business. So you want to be visible. You want to be available. And you want to share your skills. I tell you, it doesn't have to be perfect. But like I said, this 1 slide is another entire conversation for maybe 1 hour or so, where you would take one feature after the other and edit them and optimize them on LinkedIn. I'm sure you can find some resources on my maybe YouTube channel. Maybe there's something there, or Facebook. There's something around LinkedIn optimization I've shared in the past. And that is also in the book. What are you going to do differently today? And that's my question to you. What are you going to do differently today? Like we can sit here and say, oh, I wanted to write a book more than 20 years ago. Yes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. And I agree with you. You could have written that book. You could have done 1,000,001 things 20 years ago. But then the second best time is now. You have Malicha here. You have the office midwife here. You have their offer on the table. You have their website resources you could use. The best time to start is now. Start now. And what does that mean? Starting now simply just is taking the easiest step. Get someone to handhold you. Get someone to hold you accountable, right? That accountability is a big step that you can take. Penning down your thoughts is a big step you can take. That being said, you do not need to have or take giant steps, right? You don't necessarily need to start with the end in mind. Just start where you are. Start right here, right now. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the platform. And I hope you will take action with what you've heard today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's been amazing listening to you. I wish I could just say everyone should maybe turn on their videos and then unmute so we can actually clap for you, Faith Akintunde, for that powerful session. You may clap. I mean, if you want to.
That was lovely.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was quite impactful. I wasn't expecting anything less, and you gave it to us very powerfully. Talking about being an audience of one. For everyone that uses social media, you can tell there is that temptation when you post and you're getting few engagements, and then you're wondering, is it that what I posted doesn't make sense? You're asking yourself so many questions, but sometimes it's just that you need to be consistent. You need to keep doing it, and you need to be strategic. You need to, she said a lot of things. She talked about being intentional, staying focused, so you don't you don't tell yourself, okay, this thing isn't working, and then you stop. No. I mean, we need to try you. We need to be sure you are here for the long haul. We need to be sure you're not just try to, jump around and all of that. So you need to prove to yourself that you know what you're doing. You need to be intentional. And then she said so many things really, and building positive and impactful relationships. That's also very good. Thank you so much for your time. And then I know that there are people who have questions. Trust me, all your questions will be attended to. All you need to do, like I said earlier, is use the chat box, drop your questions, and write the name of the person you want to answer your questions. All right. Thank you so much one more time, Mrs. Faith Akintunde, for that powerful session. Thank you. All right. And coming up next, we'll have the set man. Okay, I think I should use another word. Let's have the convener of this particular conference, Lillian Akunwa. She'll be telling us more about the 3 offers that I talked about. And hearing from Faith Akintunde, she's one of those who have gone through Malicha. And she says, Malicha Publishing deserves none other name than the particular, that particular tagline, the author's midwife. She's gone through the process and she's just told you what it feels like and how it has helped her. So now that you're going to be listening to the 3 offers, I'm sure you'll be more intentional and you'll probably just jump right on it, hearing from someone who has taken that particular option. Lillian Akunwa, it's my pleasure to have you talk to us about these offers. You have the floor, please.
All right, thank you, Perpetua. I want to say thank you to everyone for being a part of this session so far. I hope we can all hear me clearly. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can, Lillian.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Mrs. Faith Akintunde, and thank you to Mr. Toluwani. I don't know if he's still here, but I would like to say that please, we would encourage you to stay till the end because we would like to give our appreciation award. So please, if you can, we would appreciate all speakers staying till the very end. So very quickly, I'm going to be talking about the offers, the 3 offers. And in my session yesterday, I have talked about a few things, which Mrs. Faith has also reiterated. I have a book here with me, by the way. I have the hard copy. We did both the hard copy and the soft copy. So the hard copy, soft copy, then paperback. This is the hard paperback. Then we have the soft paperback. So you would see, but I'll share a little bit more. 360 degrees career. So it's interesting that it's out of stock. So we need to restock actually and reprint. Awesome. So she has told you, we will midwife you. We won't let you be. She said the greatest mistake was talking to me about the book idea. So, but that is really at the core of what we do. We want to make sure we take you through the process. And we've already said it. Like she said, it's not about the, even a baby already has an audience. That really caught me. And then even if you have an audience of 1, it is really important that you take that audience so seriously and remain consistent. Then the right people will find you, like she said, the right people will find you. So we have 3 offers. The first one is becoming a profitable writer. And yesterday in my session, we addressed the issue of what it means to make profitable impact. We told you that your profit is attached to your impact. I want you to go right now. Please drop the link for the sales, the offer that we are providing today. Drop the link. This is going to be my 5th book. I already gave a free ebook, for those that registered for this conference, titled New to Publishing, a self-help guide for aspiring authors. New to Publishing, a self-help guide for aspiring authors. So if you don't have that free ebook, please reach out to us. You'll get it. We sent it to everyone that is registered. So if you've not downloaded your copy, request for it. It is for everyone that registered for this conference. That's our gift, or my gift, and my team's gift to you. And then this is also because I can't just be talking to you about writing if I'm not doing the same thing. We are preaching what we're doing. So this particular book it's going to have its own release time in about a month. I will communicate the exact date. But please, this is a pre-release offer for those that are here, participants. So it's not even a pre-order offer. It's a pre-release. Okay, you will get the book. Temitope Adewumi said she hasn't gotten the book. So please, event managers, ensure that she gets the book. Temitope, are you on your WhatsApp P2I community? Please confirm.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great, awesome. So if just send a message right now, somebody will attend to you from there. Just drop a message right on the community right now, and they would attend to you there. So like I said, this is not even a pre-order copy. This is a pre-release copy. And the actual fee is 6,000 Naira. But for this particular, and the ebook is 4,500. For this particular conference, you're getting it at 2,500 only. And that is just for people that attend the P2I conference. After the P2I conference, we are going to the pre-order copy. So please, admin, kindly drop the registration link to sign up and join the waitlist for all these offers. The second offer, the link is just bit.ly/P2I exclusive offers. bit.ly/P2I exclusive offers. Okay, so can we go to the second offer? Please show the next slide. Right. Okay, the Pen to Influence Mastermind Coaching. Now, we know that you're going to get a lot from these sessions. However, we also know that you may not be able to put all of the things you've learned into practice. Some people do not have the time to sit down and craft their content. We are taking that problem off you. There are 3 problems we talked about in my session yesterday. That's the content development problem, the cost of publishing problem, which we told you there are ways to go about this, and then also the marketing and sales. Most authors go through these challenges, and that is why we are here to solve those problems for you. So for the P2I Mastermind Coaching Program, is a 4-week coaching program designed for every author and everyone that is working towards becoming a thought leader and becoming an authority in their industry, so that they can develop a powerful writing strategy that would establish your personal brand, build your authority, and help you generate more profitable impact and access to a wider audience. So that is what we really want to help you through. We want to expand your reach and your impact. And then, of course, like the value and benefits you're going to be getting, you're going to develop a clear and compelling writing strategy that resonates with your target audience. We will help you show you how to craft your content in a way that it is presented as a good product and valuable product to your audience. Then we help you build a strong personal brand using authoring as a tool. Then we show you how to now begin to establish yourself as an authority, just like the things that Mrs. Faith Akintunde has talked about, how she began to establish herself, as a thought leader. And we're going to show you how you can use your writing and your book product as a tool to achieve that. Then basically we'll also talk about strategies, to help you reach more people through any platform you choose to use, and it's not just going to be me taking you through these courses. We have some other persons, the sales consultants, our coach, our consultants, even Mr. Tunji has even offered in quotes, let me put him on the spot, Olatunji, that he could, if you encourage him by registering, he could come in and talk to you about building your influence right there through a more personalized coaching. So this is just for 25%. We don't want too many people in the class, in the coaching, just 25. And the fee, the actual value of this coaching program is 350,000. However, for this conference, we are doing 150,000. But for today, for the purpose of today, those that are registering today, you can start with a minimum deposit of 50,000. Just click on the link bit.ly/P2I exclusive offers and just pick the coaching. You will also get, now for you that you're registering for the coaching, you will have access to all of my books and resources and more resources, including this Becoming a Profitable Writer. So once you register, you may not need to pay for the book, just register for this and you have access to Becoming a Profitable Writer. Now, let's go to the other one, the premium authorship. Yes, thank you. So the premium authorship, this one is an exclusive, is a high ticket offer. And we're not looking for everybody. Please note, we just need 5 persons, just the way we worked with Akintunde to birth a book, 360 Degrees Career. We want to do that for just 5 persons. And here you are going to get 10, there are 10 features or benefits that you're going to get from this book publishing, this premium authorship publishing package. The first one is one-on-one consultation, because many authors make mistakes and when they are starting out, and that's why their books never get seen. You understand? I had an experience when I was starting out as a writer. My book was not, the first 2 books didn't get traction until I published for myself. And I saw that I did better than even the publishers that published for me in a way, in terms of visibility. So one-on-one consultation. Then you have book content and product development. Some of you may not have the time, you understand, to write your books yourself. We are going to create the time for you. Like for what we did with Mrs. Akintunde, though it was a lot, working, she had to make out time because of our work schedule, but we had to also make sure that we work at our own pace. So this is like a 6 to 9 months project till you birth. Actually, birthing a baby itself takes 9 months. So how about a book? So then you have your personal branding. We're going to do that for you. All of the things I'm mentioning in this package, we are doing it for you. And the author's website, we are creating a prime author's website for you. We are handling your media and PR. We are handling your product branding, all the books and the souvenirs that will go along. We are talking, and then we are including influencer marketing in this package. Now you are wondering, how much will this package be? I'm coming there. Then you get your ebook and paperback. We are looking at a 1,000 copy production, and then we create a very solid launch strategy for you as well. So these are the things that you're going to get. And the package investment is 5 million. It is 5 million. And like we told you yesterday, the average publishing cost is well over 5 million, averagely. It's between $2,000 to about $4,000. And for this 5 million, that's about $3,500. So we are really being considerate. We call it premium, but really, if you look at the current trends and cost of publishing in the industry, it's actually more than that. But we are allowing you payment plans, flexible payment plans, and then 500,000 deposit, initial deposit. Now, if you're ready for this, for those who register first, today, we only need 5%. For those who register, you're going to get a 500K voucher. And that is really important, because now if you register today, it means that you're not going to pay the 5 million. You're just going to spread your payments of over the month at 4.5 million. So please, again, take advantage of this high ticket offer for just 5 persons. And once we have the 5 people, we are done, because it's a lot of work publishing, and so we are not looking out for too many people. But for the coaching, we have just 25 slots available. So take advantage of it, and I hope that the next time we're having this conference, we will be celebrating you like we are celebrating all our other authors. Thank you very much, and back to you, our host.
Thank you to Lillian for that time and that session, rather, for taking us through the offers. And I want to believe that that's mouth-watering enough to attract people who are interested in becoming authors of repute. Thank you one more time. Well, this is an important aspect of this particular conference since we started yesterday. And I think it's important that I say it. This is the panel session where we will be having 4 panelists, and the topic is Elevate You, Influence Them. How to amplify your unique voice, establish your authority, achieve excellence, gain influence and impact. And then for this, like I said, we have 4 panelists for this. The first person being Opeyemi Ogunyomi. Opeyemi Ogunyomi is an esteemed educator, researcher, and emerging leader dedicated to fostering positive change in education and youth empowerment. Recently recognized for his outstanding contributions, Opeyemi was nominated as the Student Leader of the Year by Texas Tech University Student Involvement. Currently serving as a research assistant at Texas Tech University's College of Education Assessment and Accreditation Office while pursuing his doctorate in educational psychology. Opeyemi is actively engaged in advancing educational practices and student involvement. His leadership extends beyond academia, as he holds a pivotal role as the president of the Nigerian Students Association at Texas Tech University, where he champions inclusivity and community engagement among students. Additionally, Okpeyemi serves as a Division 15 Graduate Student Ambassador with the American Psychological Association, facilitating connections and enriching the graduate student experience in educational psychology. A passionate advocate for youth development, Okpeyemi founded the Teens Leadership Institute, a platform dedicated to nurturing ethical and innovative young leaders in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a whole lot to say about him, but I'll say that outside of his professional endeavors, Okpeyemi finds joy and fulfillment in his marriage to Adora, the love of his life. Please welcome our first panelist for today, Okpeyemi. A round of applause for him, please, as he takes his virtual seat.
Thank you for having me here. So,
all right.
I'm seated
okay,
right on my virtual seat.
All right, great. That's interesting. The virtual seat. Like I said, there are 4 of them. That's the first person, and you can already tell he has a good sense of humor. And this is another. Eyitope Lala is a visual brand identity designer and digital marketing strategist with over 15 years of experience building websites, designing logo identities, and helping organizations and small businesses maximize the use of digital media to promote their products and services to increase sales and grow profits. Pastor Lala, as he's fondly called, has a special spot for individuals and organizations who want to use digital platforms to advance the kingdom of God and make disciples. He loves equipping saints with the tools and technologies to maximize digital media for discipleship and kingdom advancement. And I dare say that I actually met him doing all of this in Ibadan, and he's still doing this. Eyitope Lala founded Rampage, Rampage Outreach, and currently leads the RAW, that's the Rampage Outreach Center. Ladies and gentlemen, with excitement and joy in our hearts, let us welcome Eyitope Lala as he takes his virtual seat also.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. I'm not just taking a virtual seat, I'm taking a physical seat.
That's interesting. But please do not sit close to do not sit close to Okpeyemi. Somebody needs to be in between. Yeah, please leave a seat between for the next person. You okay? All right.
Okay.
Oladejo, thank you. Oladejo Adesheluka Yetunde has over 5 years of experience in public health programming and project management. She has volunteered for several NGOs, that's non-governmental organizations, won an Active Citizenship Award 2021 in health category, a top 35 finalist of the Yala Awards, The Gambia, a 2021 Yali Fellow, West Africa, a 2022 Mandela Washington Fellow, USA, 2022 ACEA Fellow, a 2023 International Maternal Newborn Health Fellow, South Africa, a 2023 ICSIF Fellow, and a 2024 Youth in Development Fellow. She's the author of the ebook, Every Mother's Secret, Kiddies Recipe Card, Boost Your Breast Milk Food Guide, and Pregnant Care. That's 3 books I just talked about, Every Mother's Secret, Kiddies Recipe Card, Boost Your Breast Milk Food Guide, and Pregnant Care. She holds a bachelor's degree in medical biochemistry, a master's degree in public health, a civic leadership training certificate from Rutgers University, USA, and a leadership management and social impact certificate from Lagos Business School, Pan Atlantic University, and is currently studying healthcare management at Cape Breton University, Canada, to further develop her skills and experience to become an effective and efficient healthcare manager, particularly to manage the healthcare system in low-income and developing countries. With excitement and joy, please help me as I welcome Yetunde Adesheluka Oladejo. Please have your seat. And please, I would like you to sit in between Okpeyemi and Lala. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for this great opportunity to be here today. I'm so excited to be here today, and I've been following how the program since. It's so exciting. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Tom. We look forward to those nuggets you will be sharing with us today, the pearls you will be sharing. All right, and the last but definitely not the least, this is from USA. So this is our second panelist from USA. We have we have let me get her name now. Okay, we have Yetunde from Canada. We have Olatunji Ajani from USA, and of course we have Okoyemi from USA and Itokolala, Nigeria. And now finally, Olatunji Ajani is a passionate, inclusive entrepreneurship development leader currently working at the Kaufman Foundation. Previously, he served as the West Africa Regional Lead for the Aspen Network of Development Entrepreneurs at the Aspen Institute, collaborating with global entrepreneurship ecosystem development leaders to build diverse and inclusive entrepreneurship ecosystems across the region and globally. Just after that, he worked as Impact Network Lead, Engineering for One Planet at the Lemelson Foundation, collaborating with diverse leaders across the US to drive the inclusion of sustainability in engineering education. Prior to that, he served as the National Program Lead for Mind the Gap, a workforce development organization helping college graduates build relevant skills needed for a successful, sustainable, and impactful career. And earlier in his career, he worked as a strategy and business development consultant in 3 different consulting firms, helping hundreds of small businesses start and grow. Additionally, he co-founded an online web platform and mobile application that helped entrepreneurs connect with resources to build profitable and sustainable businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, with joy in our hearts, join me as we welcome Olatunji Ajani.
Thank you so much, Perpetua. I think I may have to ask you to come and teach me how to speak like you.
That's interesting. You don't even need to pay. Just say it and I'll be there to teach you.
I'm on my way. On my way already. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you too. Okay, so this is a panel session, like I said earlier, and I would like you to write your questions because I know this is really going to be impactful. We have 4 seasoned speakers, or let me say panelists for this particular session. Do not forget the the modus operandi here. You write the questions in the chat box and you indicate who you want to answer your question. Okay, I'd like to begin with Olatunji Ajani. Now, the topic says, elevate you, influence them. That gives me the sense that, I can only be an influence when I sort of have something to offer. So talk to us about this. How do I elevate myself so I can influence them?
Thank you so much, Perpetua. And want to say a very big thank you for inviting me here. Thank you, Lillian and team. I know how much hard work has gone into this. Sometimes I chat with Lillian at 1 a.m. I was like, this woman, go and sleep. But you have put a lot of work into that. Thank you so much. I'm going to start from saying to elevate your influence for me, as in like what has worked for me over the years in my career is that you just have to be a problem solver. That is just it. You just have to be a problem solver. It all has to start with solving problem. And I can share a little bit of my own experience while I was in university at the University of Ibadan. One of the things I was jammed me, for those of you that understand that. And in those days, when jammed you, they will send you to a course that you did not sign up for. So I wanted to study petroleum engineering, but JAM said, you are too proud. How can you have 201 and you want to study petroleum engineering? So they sent me to wood product engineering. It's like, I don't want to be a carpenter, but my father said that there is nothing you can do. You have gained admission, you have to go to this one. So I decided, I said, okay, I'm going to go, I'm going to study and I'm going to put myself into it. But for me, that's really, that helped me to start pursuing a journey and really trying to find out what exactly I really wanted to do with my life. And then I found out that I actually enjoy really helping people to translate their potential into reality, particularly in entrepreneurship. So as a result of that, I started reading books. I started reading things about entrepreneurship. I read book on Robert Kiyosaki. I started reading reports from Accenture and all the different big consulting firms. I started gaining a lot of interest in that. And as a result of that, and that's something that happened was we begin to start gaining knowledge in a particular field, which is one of the things that we're talking about in this conference, becoming a thought leader. I didn't know that's what they call thought leader. I started becoming a thought leader when it comes to entrepreneurship. And I had different for those who know University of Ibadan, I have quite a number of friends in Awo, in Indy, that they wanted to do business. They wanted to have like a photocopy machine that will be doing photocopy for others. And to me, I was like, don't just think about it as just photocopy. You have to advertise. You have to be strategic. You have to position your business so that you can beat the other guy in the other block and you can be the preferred business that people come to. I didn't know I was doing what is called business consulting for them. that time. But what prompted that is I saw a problem. Many of them wanted to do business, but they didn't know how to do it. That time also I had friends who were doing like CD, and for the Gen Zs, I'm sure you may not really be able to get it. That days the way you listen to music is that you get a CD and you have someone to bond the different selection of songs for you. Is actually as in it's illegal, but we didn't know that time. But you select the different song. So I had a couple of friends with computer that time that were helping people to actually bond CDs and select songs as in for them. So I was helping them to position their business, advertise, do flyers, do text message. So I saw a problem and I was solving, and that's how my journey started, moving on to different things that I've done as in, and I always tell people, I said, if you want to change your life, find a problem solving project and engage in it. I think that's the best way. One of the story that one of my mentors told me then, he told me a story of one guy, and the guy thought, okay, I'm unemployed now, what can I do? And so he gathered all his other unemployed friends and started what is called the Association of Unemployed Youth. And what they were doing is that they would meet together and develop strategy, and they will go to different companies and meet the HR to present their case and talk about their skill. In one of the meetings they went to, one of the HR looked at and said, and you say you don't have job, and you bring all these people together. Okay, from today you have job, join the HR team. That's how the president of the Association of the Unemployed Group become employed, and the association died. Because he found the problem and he solved the problem. So in order to be able to elevate yourself, you have to increase your influence. And the way to increase your influence is to find the problem. One thing that we are not short of, that's why in Nigeria, we are not short of problems. As in, there is abundance of problems as in to solve. So if you want to elevate your influence, start from your environment, start from where you are in your organization and find a problem to solve. When you solve that problem, the problem can become a topic that you can talk about on how you solved it, and you become a thought leader in that. And that's how you elevate and increase it. I know we don't have a lot of time, but in order to elevate your influence, you have to find a problem to solve. You have to be able to actually add value to people. That's why I believe you can elevate yourself.
Well, thank you so much for that one. That's quite impactful, especially the example you gave. Wow, interesting. Okay, so because we don't have all the time, I'll just go straight to the next question, and I'll like that's Pastor Lala to answer this one. Now, why is it necessary to amplify my unique voice? And how do I even find that voice in the first place before then trying to amplify it?
All right, so everybody has something unique that they can give to the world, and it's important that you share it. If you don't share that bit with the world is going to lose out. I mean, God has sent. I'm a firm believer in God, and it's evident that God has sent everybody in the world to contribute something, and so it's important that you contribute your bit. When you don't contribute your bit, people will lose out. There are people that are around you that are going to lose out. There are people that are coming from behind you that are going to lose out. There are generations that will miss out just because you are not contributing your bit. So that's why it's important. The human body, as complex as it is made up of singular cells, and all these cells come together. If one cell has a problem, it eventually spreads that problem to the entire body. And so it's important that, every single cell, every human being contributes their bit, because it impacts the whole at the end of the day. Can you study like this? Okay. Okay. All right. So, yeah, when it comes to
kindly mute your device. If this is coming from you, kindly mute your device. Thank you. Apologies, Pastor Lala. Do go ahead, please.
No problem. All right. So, and how do you discover your own voice? There are certain things, like my brother mentioned, Mr. Olatunji mentioned just now, Mr. Ajani mentioned, there are problems that are around us. And there are problems that naturally we solve. I'll give an example of myself. How did I discover my voice? How did I know that there are certain things I can do? Right from when I was in primary school, I love to draw. Unfortunately, eventually, by the time I left primary school, went to secondary school, I struggled with physics. And so I wanted to be an architect. But then I scored I had an F9 in my WAEC in physics. And so that knocked me completely out of that. I ended up studying estate management. But because of my desire to look at things and come up with artistic representations of those things, I ended up studying graphic design on my own. And for, the 20 years I've been in my career and my business, I've used graphic design as the tool that has been my way of exchanging, services for money. So where I'm going with this is that innate in everybody is a problem that you can naturally solve. And one of the best ways to find your voice is look at things that you do effortlessly, things that you say that solve problems. Other people are looking at it, they are struggling with it. You look at it and you're like, no, this is not as difficult as this. If you do this and do this, you solve the problem. So that's one of the easiest ways to be able to find your voice. Another thing you can do is to begin to, when you discover that there's something that you're passionate about, that you're beginning to come up with solutions, for, you will eventually discover that you can actually build a voice around that. I will end with this. A couple of years ago, I think my daughter, who is 15 now, was 2 or 3. I noticed that there was a lot of movies coming from Nollywood that have very wrong values. Many of them were very immoral in their presentation. And I decided to start saying something about it. So I went online and I started just writing posts about it. I ended up, after many weeks of writing consistently about the same thing, everybody started reaching out to me. I had the opportunities to travel outside of Nigeria, to go to some West African country, to go and share some of the things I'd learned from something that I felt so passionate about and I wanted to correct. So if there's something that you're passionate about and you're constantly researching, you're constantly writing about it, you're already beginning to develop a voice. Pay attention to those things, and that's a way, or at least those are 2 ways that you can share and discover your voice. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. What you just said now is tied to another question that I have. So very quickly, in less than 30 seconds or in less than a minute, I'd like you to attend to this. Now, are you still unique? If you find yourself having passion for influence in so many things, you have passion for business, health, socioeconomic space. I mean, all of those things. How do you do all of that? Can you be an authority in all these spheres and in all these sectors at the same time? The summary of this question is, how important is it to narrow down? Do I have to narrow down to one thing, to a niche, when I actually have passion for about 4 things?
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead,
It's
please.
really, yeah, thank you. It's really important that you niche down or you narrow down when you are starting out, because people want to be able to hear from you. Sorry, I'll refer to the Bible. The Bible says, there's a Bible verse that says that if a trumpet or a trumpet, yes, makes an uncertain sound, people will not be able to prepare for battle. So if coming from the same source, particularly when you are new and nobody knows you, you are saying so many things about so many things, it's very easy for people to get distracted and not know what you truly represent. But if you're able to build a voice in one particular thing and gain influence, then you can begin to speak. There are a number of people, Tony, I'll mention Tony Elumelu, for example. He's built a track record in a particular, in business, and then he comes out and says he wants to do this. Because of that credibility that he has been able to acquire, it's easier for him to diversify. So when you are starting out, it's important to know one thing that you want to be known for, that you can easily narrow down everything that you're saying. And if you want to make them more than one, all of them should come from one stream. It should be easy to know that, these 3 things are related, and people will be able to know that, okay, when we hear this, we know that it's Mr. Lala. When we hear this, we know that this is Perpetua speaking, So, I mean, that's my advice.
Well, thank you so much. I guess for people who probably have a follow-up question to that, they can start dropping it in the chat box, and then at the end of the conversations, we'll get answers to that. This particular next question is directed to Yetunde. And my question for you is this. I mean, let's get down to writing now. How does writing a book establish me as an expert in my field? And how does that also boost my credibility? I'd like Yetunde to please take this for us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that wonderful question. I'm going to start by saying that writing a book first depends on you knowing what you are actually good at. Okay, I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm going to say that when I started writing, it all came from wanting to solve a problem for a particular group of people in my dear country, Nigeria. And that is for nursing mothers and women of reproductive age. So at the time, I discovered that many mothers do not know how to navigate around after breastfeeding to be able to provide nutritious meals for their kids, for their children after 6 months. So I realized that most of them after 6 months, they have find it very difficult to provide good meals, nutritious meals for their kids, and be able to make sure that they are feeding well and growing well, based on their growth measurement. And that was what prompted me to start by writing the book that I wrote, Every Mother's Secret, to help guide mothers on how to breastfeed, from breastfeeding to providing complementary food for their kids, and on like that, to ensure that their kids are growing well and in optimal health. So I would say that writing a book does have to come from, number one, trying to understand what you are solving, what problem are you solving, what particular target group are you targeting, to be able to ensure that, okay, this problem with this particular group is solved. So in that, it's very, very important that you understand that the problem you're solving relates to this target population, and then they are able to use your solutions to be able to solve whatever challenge that they are facing. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience also. I mean, it's always good to learn from people's experiences, and it's better when it's positive like yours. Thank you so much, Yetunde. Okay, so this is for Opeyemi. So Opeyemi, I'd like you to talk to us about this. I mean, for someone who has decided to start writing, I'm merging two questions for you. Number one, I'd like you to talk about, some other benefits you think one can get from being an author, or what are the other things being an author sort of offers you as an individual? And then, what strategies can authors use to build a loyal following and engage with their readers?
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Perpetua, and thank you to the organizers of this event. It's a privilege to be here. Your question is about the benefit of being an author, and in terms of building your personal brand and increasing your influence. Personally, I believe that being an author or authorship is actually a very powerful tool for building personal brand and expanding your influence, because writing a book is not just a publication. When you write, you're actually manifesting your identity. You are displaying your value system. You are also expressing your unique perspective, right? And that is why, because I work with young people, and when you meet people who read a lot, you hear, oh, I love to read books from this particular author. Oh, I've read 10 books from this author. I've read 10 books from that author. So it is you giving people the opportunity to see through your beautiful mind, right? It is you, I don't want to use a big word now. It is you bringing into the physical realm what you have in your mental constructs, right? And when you do that, you are giving a lot of people the opportunity to have access to what is not seen with the physical eye. So you converting it from one form to another form. And to me, that is powerful, right? And we do that through several means, like what Pastor Lala said. He was writing on his Facebook page, and people were, getting access to that information. So you can do it through constant messaging. You can also do it through storytelling, right? And even branding efforts. I think myself and Pastor Lala, we started off like in similar ways. My book, Dear Teenager, started as a Facebook post, series of Facebook posts. I was running a study and coaching center back in Lagos, and I will always share the summary of my interactions with my teenagers and the summary of the advice I gave to them in punchlines, right? So I collated all the punchlines to make it as a book. Now, linking that question to how you now gain loyal followers. Now, because I'm just going to make reference to what my two guys have said, Mr. Tunji and Pastor Lala, because I was consistent in doing that, people knew that, oh, this guy reached out to teenagers, right? And that's the name Onkope. That's how he came by, right? So they trust me that, oh, this guy, because he has access to these young people, he listens to them, he knows what they are thinking about. Whatever he says, we can trust it, right? And talking from the angle of a researcher now, that's pretty much like you being a researcher, when you're consistent, in investigating in a certain area, you are actually building yourself to becoming an authority in that field. And once you speak, once you write, people are going to trust that source of information, right? And that is how you build loyalty, right? I cannot be loyal to you when you're not out there, right? So when you translate what you have in your mind to what we can relate to, then you're now, because like the previous speaker before this panel session said, you have an audience, but an audience needs to hear the audio. They need to hear you, right? Either by what you say or by what you write. So that's how one of the first steps that you need to do to build that loyal audience. And guess what? When I released Dear Teenager, it got sold out on the day of the release, rather. Lillian is our publisher. Sold out completely. All the printed copies were out, and we printed about, I think about 600 copies or so, if I'm not mistaken. Sold out in one day because we've been able to build loyal followers over the years, right? So people knew, anything coming from this guy, will pick it up. People are still asking me, when are you going to do another reprinting and all of that? I'm like, okay, I need to also build some level of work. Then when you see the level of work that I've built, if I'm coming to say, I have written a book, you're going to buy it, right? So that's just the strategy. I hope that helps.
Absolutely, that helps. I mean, I usually, I'm a gunner, or never use the word gunner. I'm a sucker for nudges, for punch lines, and then saying something like an audience, needs an audio. Audience sort of needs to hear the audio. So you should always talk. You should always put yourself out there, write the things and just before you know what's happening, especially if you remain consistent, people are going to notice you and they will definitely come asking you questions. Okay, so very quickly, Olatunji, this particular one is for you. And this will be, how can an individual build a global influence via authorship? Global influence. We're not just talking your niche or your career, now globally. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna build on what Okpeyemi said, as Pastor Lala said, and what I said earlier about actually finding. It's all about finding like a problem that you want to solve, and then solving that problem. Influence. One thing about influence is that it grows. That's one beautiful thing about influence. It grows. If you are consistently solving a problem for one person, and I'm building back to what, as in Faith said, that was one of the most powerful things I'm taking from this conference. You have focused on an audience of one, as in when you are writing. In fact, one of the things I used to tell myself when I write is that I'll tell myself that if I want to write a prayer point for my audience, what would those prayer points be? Like that will help me to really figure out what problem I want to solve for that audience. So if I say, okay, these audience that I'm writing to, they are small business owners, and what is my prayer for them? My prayer for them is that they have clarity about the business, as in the problem they are solving, that they have the strength to go through it, that they are not. So that begins to give me an idea that, okay, maybe I like to write inspirational things that encourage people. So that brings me to say, okay, maybe what I need to do, maybe today, and sometimes I can say, okay, I'm writing to Lillian, and she doesn't even know that I'm writing to Lillian today. And then I say, wow, Lillian, she's planning a conference, as in, she has a lot of stress on her neck, as in, so what would Lillian want to hear? What prayer do I want to pray for Lillian today? I want to pray that she will have the strength, the grace, the power to push through, the wisdom to know what to do. And then that begins to become what I write about, as in, so I will write as though I'm writing to Lillian. And the thing is that there are actually 1 million and more than 1 million people like Lillian that are probably in the same stage or in the same level or going through the same thing. So influence grows. That's something you need to know. Write for one person. Before you want to become global, you have to be faithful. He that is faithful in little, then much shall be committed into his hand. And I'm going to share an example for me on the professional level. Most of the publications and writing that I've done, I've been on the publication on the professional level. While I was working with Aspen Institute back in Nigeria, leading the West Africa region, one of the things I used to tell my colleague that we work with is that, hey, we have to be pushing out what we are learning. We have to be pushing out publication, things to help people, entrepreneurs, to navigate the ecosystem. And we did some research, as in I'm not a researcher like Okwe, but the crude knowledge of research that we have, we use it to like do ecosystem mapping in Nigeria, Ghana, as in, you know, in Lagos, Abuja, and then we'll put that ecosystem maps together and then we'll publish them for people to be able to know where to find resources for their business. And those publications, as in they were building up. And at one point, like when I moved to the US, and this for maybe probably those who are thinking of traveling, and I was trying to figure out after my MBA how to be able to get a green card. And that was when I started looking at my past records of things that I've done. It's like, actually, I think I've done things that have made significant impact beyond Nigeria. In fact, in the US, the publication people have, the publications altogether have about 10,000 downloads. Like, this is significant. This is something I didn't even know. And that was what I used to build a case on what is called the national interest waiver. And those are how I used to build a case around my green card to say, hey, I'm petitioning the US government to waive the requirement for job offer, as in, and give me the green card because I have value that I've added to the world. I have an influence that I've gone beyond my country, that I've gone beyond my local sphere. And that was what I used to petition my green card and used to get my green card. So like, oh, this is actually, so there is a way you actually don't become a global influence by trying to become a global influence. You become a global influence by doing what Pastor Lala and Okwe said. Just pick a place, a problem that you're solving, and keep growing your influence there. And then one day you just suddenly realize and say, wow, I think I have something now that is beyond my sphere of influence, that is now global. And right now, today, to the glory of God, even in the US, beyond just even being able to get the green card, because of that influence, because of that capacity that as God has helped me to build, I now lead a national program that runs in 45 as in state and in 100 cities across the US, and I have about 150 affiliates across different places, leading about 800 volunteers that run programs on a weekly basis. So it's not, and it all started from, and I can tell you where it started from. It all started from that UI, trying to actually help my friends in UI to actually be able to successfully start their business. So it's consistency, as in it's being able to actually stay on the same thing. Mine is an area of entrepreneurship, helping people to start and grow their business, and just stay on the same thing, keep doing the same thing, keep writing about it, keep talking about it. That's how your influence grows. Influence grows. It's not something that it can be bestowed on you. They can't impact influence on you. But Pastor Lala cannot say, oh, I have a lot of influence, I'm dashing you, take my influence. You can leverage his influence, but you can't acquire, you can't, as in, you know, purchase his influence and say, I'm now, except if you steal his name. But people will know that his face, we know his face is unique and different. You know, when you show, they will say, no, this is not you. And your voice, or you like Perpetua. I think people will know once you speak, they say, you don't speak like Perpetua. We know the Perpetua we know is not this. You know, so influence grows, as in that's something. So if you're thinking about how to really build a global influence where you are, be consistent. He that is faithful in little, much more will be committed. Be consistent in the one you have now. When you achieve that global influence, I think you don't know the time. That's one thing about influence. You don't know when it will happen. That's why they say overnight. There's no overnight success anyway. Suddenly you just realize that, wow, actually, I have grown influence beyond my what I right now these days I try to like hide from like speaking. I like to like hide. And it's Lillian that will drag me. I say, you don't have option. I say, Lillian, I don't want to stay behind. Let me be handling what's it called Zoom for you. But your influence will grow to the point that you yourself cannot hide. No one light a lamp and put it under the bed. There is no way. Once your influence grows, people will find it. They will take it. They will drag it. They will need it because you are solving problem and you are meeting need that. And so I don't know if that answered your question, Perpetua.
Absolutely. That answers my question. Thank you so much for that. And I like your bragging right. I mean, that's quite interesting. Okay, so just before we go, I think I'll take just about 2 or 3 more questions because we're pressed for time now. Pastor Lala, I'd like you to talk to us about this particular one now. What are the benefits? Definitely not that. Okay, so now just thinking out loud here, right? So let's imagine I love the idea of being an author, but how exactly am I supposed to start? Because I mean, just looking at it, I haven't even managed my social media platforms. So how am I supposed to do that? And then, you know, there is this thing about, okay, getting on board with a midwife like Malita and all of that. But doesn't that take away my originality, having to get a midwife to help me through the process? Maybe because I'm busy.
Okay. Writing a book is not as difficult as we think it is. I mean, there's nothing really that is difficult once you understand the processes. The essence of a midwife is not to carry the baby for you. It's to make sure that the baby does not die because of your inexperience when you're trying to give birth to one. I have 3 children, by the grace of God. One is 17, 15, and then there's one that is 10. And as much as I love my wife and I put the seed in her, when it was time for her to give birth, I couldn't have brought the children out because I'm a bloody graphic designer. I mean, I'm a creative, so anything along those lines, I needed an expert. The doctor was not pregnant. The nurses were not pregnant. It was my wife that was pregnant. They just helped her to make sure that the baby came out. So it's the same thing with a coach, of which Malita is, that's what they are doing. They're supposed to help you. I mean, it's not every coach that is an expert at playing the game, but they know what they need to do because of their experience to be able to guide you to making the right choices, with coming out with your book. So if you have a book idea that you have, just like everybody has said, it has to be a book that is solving a problem. And I will say this, to kind of complement what Mr. Ajani just said. The book I have written a couple of books. The books I've written 3 books, and the books I've written out of my quest to solve problems that I had. I know a lot of people use social media. There's a lot of buzz around social media. Even before COVID came in, COVID came in and there was a lot, you can use social media to grow your business. But then people are putting stuff online. Small businesses are online. They're not getting any results. So I wrote this book, How to Use Social Media to Grow Your Business and to make more profits. And it was simple because it were things that I had done to be able to make profits that I taught people in the book. There's a book I wrote on how to use social media for churches. When I looked around and I saw that, okay, COVID happened. In fact, this book was released just before COVID started. And, we're struggling with using social media intentionally. I sat down and I got to a point where I looked at the problems that I had. I looked at the steps I was using to solve it. And then it now got to writing the book. And I was discovering that the ideas I had in my head were conflicting when I was writing. My brain was working faster than my hands could write. So what did I do? I started recording the things I wanted to do, and I recorded it. And then I took it to somebody else and said, please, this is what I've recorded. Can you help me arrange it in such a way that it will make sense? So the essence of a coach is not to take your voice away. The essence of a coach is to guide you so that your voice is amplified properly. So the idea, of a coach is not to take your voice away. I mean, there are people that they have works ghostwritten for them. Somebody ghostwrites the work for them. They take their original idea, help them build on it, go through the process of the back and forth of, does this sound like you? Is this what you like to say? And then help you amplify your voice at the end of this. So it's not as complicated as if it looks complicated, look for somebody that has gone that path, follow the person can guide you to get to there. At the end of the day, it will still be your child. It won't be theirs. The midwife is just helping you to make sure that that child is delivered whole and healthy.
Can I just say something also about that? I think, if you allow me, Perpetua. The thing about
in less than 1 minute.
Yeah, in life we all need help. That's the thing. We all need help. And one thing that I've learned from Lillian is that everybody can actually write, publish, and be successful with a book. But the thought of writing book is intimidating for 90% of us. That is the truth. Not all of us are like gifted like Pastor Lala and Okwe and that. It just flows easily. Some of us, there are too many ideas in our head. We don't even know which one to start with first. Just too many ideas. And what Lillian and our team does is that they help you actually to organize your thoughts. And there is something actually therapeutic about actually being able to organize your thoughts and put it in a flow beyond just even adding value and impacting people and being that will read a book. When you go through that process of when somebody guiding you through the process of taking your thought and turning into something tangible, it's therapeutic for yourself. It helps you actually to know yourself better. So I'm going to say, today, honestly speaking, I think if there is anything, if you take nothing from this place, just make sure you hold Lillian and her team as in before you leave and say, hey, anyone, whichever one you want to take up, I need help. As in, you must commit to it to say, I must start writing. If you've not started, there's enough of all of us actually dreaming of writing. Now we have what it takes to actually write. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Olatunji, for that one. Yetunde, just before we go, I'd like you to probably speak to us from the wealth of your knowledge and your experience, going by the fact that, I mean, you are the only woman here. So, I mean, we want to hear something from a woman's perspective, not necessarily from a woman's perspective, but I'd like to end this session with you sharing some nuggets with us based on your experiences and what you've come to know on the field. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Perpetua. So I'm just going to say that the very first thing to be able to amplify and influence others is for you to know who you are. You need to look deep inside of yourself and ask yourself, who am I? If you are able to know who you are, you'll be able to build on that, and you'll be able to find your passion, and you'll be able to ensure that you are able to influence yourself first before you influence your community and before you influence others. Thank you very much, Patricia.
All right, thank you so much. I want to believe we had a fair panel. Everybody had the opportunity to speak. Or is there someone who is maybe nobody's complaining, right? We had a fair session. Okay, I'm getting thumbs up. Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much. Well, just the way we do it during physical meetings, at the end of sessions, we say we want the speakers and the organizers to take pictures. So now we want to have our virtual pictures. So please turn on your cameras and open your mouth to show your teeth. By that, I mean smile. Turn on your cameras, the music will play underneath, and then we'll take a selfie. We'll take a group photograph. So please turn on your cameras while we take the group photograph. And while that is going on, while you're all turning on your cameras, also know that you can drop your questions in the chat box. They will be answered after all the sessions for today. And we're even almost done for today, really. So yeah, we can just pose, smile for the camera. And technical, please let us know when we've taken the pictures. Okay, I can see that some people didn't turn on their videos, and I don't think I will take that. Shulam, turn on your video. Isidora, turn on your video. Efemena, turn on your video. We want to take our pictures now. Pastor Lala, please turn on your video. It was on earlier. Okay, great. Pastor Lala, please. Isidora, please, so we can take the pictures now. Great. So we have everybody. Let's take the selfie now. All right. Thank you so much. I guess we already have that. Thank you all for posing for camera. All right, technical. Okay, thank you so very much. Right. Okay, so like we mentioned earlier, it won't be nice for us to have this sort of conference as educative, inspiring, and enlightening as it is, without talking about some of the offers you can actually jump on. We have three of them. There is the luxury offer, there is the one about just writing a book, and there is another one about buying a book. So technically, if you can just help me with the slides so we can quickly take a look at the offers. All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. So you had, okay, so you have the three right there. There is this particular one, which is unlocking the power of authorship, and that is via the exclusive P2I offer. So you can become a profitable writer. That's a book offered by the convener, Lillian Akunwa, and the book goes for 4,500 naira. That's for the ebook, and then for the paperback, it's 6,000 naira. But as someone who participated or who is participating in this conference, you will get this book at 2,500 naira. That's the Pen to Influence pre-release order. And then we have a second one. Kindly let me have that on the screen also. Okay, so this is the second one. This is unlocking the power of authorship. This is the mastermind coaching. It's a 4-week coaching program to activate and establish your personal brand, build authority, and achieve lasting impact. Now, imagine all what you heard during the panel session. Imagine the gems that were shared by Faith Akintunde earlier. Imagine all the things you heard yesterday, and even the training session we had with Lillian Akunwa yesterday. That was also very powerful and loaded. And also the talk we had yesterday, those were very powerful and loaded talks. Now imagine having to recreate all of this on a more personal level. That isn't something you want to joke with or play with. It's something you want to grab and enjoy all the benefits therein. Now, what is this program about? It helps you to craft your authorship dream and pathway, helps you develop your compelling content strategy, and then helps you design your personal branding blocks. It's very important because some persons can actually be very busy. Some persons may not necessarily know how to do all of those things. That's why you need a midwife to help you through the journey and make it easier for you. And apart from that, it also helps you establish your thought leadership and authority persona. Also helps you to explore best fit channels for profitable streams and expandable audience reach. It's like we're saying, you know what, bring your money, just go to sleep. We're going to help you, We're going to take you through this journey and make it easier for you. Now, the price is 350,000 naira on a regular basis. If you weren't a part of this conference, you will pay 350 naira for this, and it's even limited time. However, you're going to be paying 150,000 naira for this offer. So it's one thing that the 350,000 naira is even a limited offer price. And now we're giving you a superb offer of 150,000 naira, taking off the 200,000 naira. And the minimum deposit is 50,000 naira. You can pay in 2 or 3 installments. And we do not want so many people. We just want as much as we can manage and work with efficiently and effectively. And for that to be achieved, we need just 25 people for the mastermind coaching. And now there is the third one, which I love to call the luxury. Okay, so for the luxury offer, what we have is P2I, that's Pen to Influence Premium Authorship. Do you desire a luxury publishing experience with a high-class book production, to establish your authority, enhance your personal brand, and also expand your reach and impact. That's huge. That's something you want to jump on, right? Great. Now, these are the features of this particular package: exclusive consultation, book content craft, special author branding, Authors Prime website, ebook and paperback product development. Sometimes Yoruba people will say, if you want to give someone cloth, we want to see what you're wearing. And I think at this part where we talked about the Authors Prime website, if you saw the launch of Malicha website yesterday, I must say that it is, I called it functional and interactive, and that is what it is. It is functional and it's interactive, and it is even much more than that. So I can imagine what Malicha Publishing will do for you when you jump on this particular package. There is also the ebook and paperback products development. There is the influencer marketing. If you've patronized an influencer before, you know how expensive influencer marketing can be. So if we have a package that includes influencer marketing, I bet it's something you want to jump on. And I also know that Malicha Publishing will definitely ensure that any influencer they want to give to you is someone who is definitely, in that same line within your niche. So it's just what it should be. And apart from that, we also have authorship launch and lot more. That's helping you through the launch of your book. Designing is something that's tailor-made for you. I mean, we can't have the same sort of book launch for everybody. You would have to tailor, make it tailored to who you are, what you do, your needs, and all of that. And that exactly is something that Malicha Publishing is offering you. Now, this package, it will be delivered between 6 to 9 months. It's a 6 to 9 month project with regular check-ins and milestones. Now, for this one, you're going to make an investment payment of 5 million naira. And I bet you heard when the convener of this program, Lilian Akuma, was talking about how much it actually costs, to do something like this on a normal day. But here we are giving it at a very good price. And the minimum installment, that's your first deposit really, is 500,000 naira. And then for this, we have just 5 slots. I believe the link is already in the chat box. So if you're interested in any of these offers, you can go to the link so that you can click on it and then you can start the journey. Well, at this point, I'll be handing you over to my co-host, Tanya, who will take it off from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Perpetual. You've held the fort for this long, and thank you so much. I would like to say thank you as well to the panelists, all of them. It's been wonderful. That was a lovely panel session. I did learn a lot, and it was very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, this is still Pen to Influence, authoring for personal brand building, thought leadership, and profitable impact from the stables of Malicha. Right, so right about now, we'll have a speed talk by someone special, and everyone is special though, but she's extra special because it was her birthday yesterday, and today happens to be her son's birthday as well. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, please welcome Ife Adeagbo.
Ife Adegbo is an internationally acclaimed speaker, a seasoned trainer, and an author who brings stories to life, transforming them into sustainable signature brands. As an architect of communication, conductor of stakeholder relations, and maestro of culture both within and beyond the corporate walls, she has made a lasting impact, humbly stewarding the Kingdom branding movement. Ife empowers Christian entrepreneurs and experts to leverage their profitable brands for the greater purpose of the Kingdom without confusion or compromise. Legacy Brands Partner Limited is a consulting and agency company that stands tall as a beacon of strategic partnerships, uniting businesses and initiatives that harbor a burning desire to shape Africa's legacy. Her 13-year-old brainchild, Brick Palmer Solutions, dedicated to nurturing the minds of the young, igniting their passions, and equipping them with the tools they need to flourish. This academic, career, and capacity development outfit is a sanctuary for youth and women where technology, productivity, and wellness dance in harmony. As the lead pastor at the Discovery Lagos, Ife ignites flames of inspiration, guiding and discipling young souls to follow Christ and boldly shape the very fabric of our culture. With over a decade of research and work experience, She holds a master's in sociology and certifications in project management, leadership, and productivity. Additionally, she possesses specialized certifications in leadership and management in health and mental health care. Ife crafts outstanding customer experiences with ease and immerses companies in the transformative waters of staff and stakeholder cultural immersion. Branding, content creation, and communications are her playgrounds. Her passion for mental health and social-cultural behavioral projects adds depth to her repertoire, amplifying her ability to create lasting change. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome Ife Adegbo, United Kingdom. Ife Adegbo.
Hello, am I loud? Can my audience have my voice? Do they have my voice?
Yeah, you have your voice.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Thank you so much. It's such a privilege to be here. Thank you, Lillian. Lillian goes way back. Oh my goodness, look where we are, Lillian. It's like 10 years down the line. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I think it was Lillian that made me meet Mr. Tunji, right? It was you that made me meet Mr. Tunji.
Yep.
Oh, wow. So thank you so much for celebrating me. Thank you. Yes, this has been a dream come true. I'm so excited for my sister, my friend. And I have just a little time. When I saw the topic, I'm like, you want me to deliver this in 10 minutes? How now? How? But you know, so is it possible to share my slides from there, or does it work? Because I sent in a slide. Sorry, 10 year, am I able to see my slides?
Yes, I'm guessing the technical people will be able to sort that out, but I'll get a feedback from them if they can't.
Okay, so I want to talk about moving from personal brands to public influence. And that is a beautiful topic for me because branding is such a topic that found me, So by the time I met Lillian, I was into clarity. I was working. Lillian, you remember the conference we had for students? Mr. Tuji was there, I think so, if I remember, and I'm so grateful because just exactly what Mr. Tuji said at the beginning of the program or during the panel session when I joined, that you've got to find a problem. That's exactly what he told me back then. And I remember the Bridge the Gap workbook. And that was one of the things that changed my journey as an NYSC, during my NYSC. And I took my conversations around clarity very seriously. Before that time, I had written a book. And I wrote the book because I was helping young people with their academics. Because I had a conversation around, or a story around leaving medical school and rerouting from medical school to another place entirely. And it was such a phenomenal story. So let me start with that. Personal branding is anchored on your story. I know many things have been shared, but if there is nothing if you won't take anything away from me, I want you to take the fact that personal branding, which is just how people perceive you when you're not in the room, which influences their decisions about you, is anchored on your story. The substance, however, is the problem you solve, but the carriage is your story. So I have this belief that everyone has a story, and every story has the capacity to build a phenomenal brand if you know how to convert it from just a story to a signature system. All right, that's about personal branding. So can I move to the next slide for me? So we're talking about personal branding to public influence. And I want to tell you that the power of personal branding is in you recognizing your capacity as a person that has enough value, that is powerful enough to shift and shape people, places, and policies. The power of your personal brand is in your belief and journey, which start with you knowing that you've got value powerful enough to shift and shape people, places, and policies. So please take this from me today. I have value powerful enough to shift and shape people, places, and policies. Can we move to the next slide, please? Now, there are so many reasons why we need to build our personal brands, and a lot has been said. But I have to say this because that is my message. You've got to start thinking about legacy building. I don't care if you're 10 years old, you're 50, or you're 100. Legacy is now. Everybody I get a chance to meet, I want to leave them with this impression. Legacy is now. I say my legacy is to help you pursue building your legacy. So whereas there are so many reasons why you should pursue personal brand building, know that at the bedrock of legacy building is brand building. This is why. I know you before now you thought legacy building is about leaving monetary fortunes for your next generation. But what if I told you that the real legacy to leave is embedded in your message? How do I know? I always have one book that if that book, if whatever I'm thinking passes the test of that book and that person, it has passed the test of time, and I'm going to stick to it. And that's the Bible and the person of Jesus, right? Now, we have the Bible over 2,000 years after all the things that happened in it happened. In fact, there are some that date 6,000 or 4,000 years before. But let's even look at the person of Jesus. Now we have Jesus, and we have his message to us through the Bible more than 2,000 years after. Please, I want to ask, what big money did Jesus leave behind? What big mansions did he leave behind? Nothing. But why do we still talk about him today? Because he was a person that had a distinct message that was worth dying for. And other people too were able, it was worth other people dying for that same message. And now that message is in a book and it has moved from generation to generation. So do you agree with me that actually legacy building is in your message, and the core of every brand is a message, is an ideology, is an idea? So that being laid, what happened to my slides? Please, let me have it here. If we would then push from personal brand to public influence, it means that I want to elevate my personal contribution from just focusing on just some people to elevating it to people groups, public spaces, and public policies. Remember I said, the power of personal branding lies in you knowing that you are a person that has enough value enough to shift and shape people, places, and policies. Now, to elevate that to public influence will be to start asking yourself, how can I take my contribution to begin to influence public people groups, public places, and public policies? I have 10 minutes, right? So that's why I'm just in a hurry. So how do we do this? Can we just move to the next slide? I'm done with that. How do we do this? There's something I want to rest on. That's why I'm rushing through this. Please, next slide, please. If we're going to do this, how do we move from personal brand, from messaging, from allowing my message, my ideology to resound and be able to not just affect one person, one place, and one policy, but to begin to affect a people group, public places, and public policy? What is my how? Is in my next slide. I have 3 things, the building blocks. Number 1 is elevated problem solving. Mr. Tuji and everybody on the panel already hit on that, so I'm not going to overflog it. Elevated problem solving. Number 2, empathetic people building. Number 4, excellent publishing. Number 3, sorry, excellent publishing. Now, no, let's go back. Thank you, let's stay here. This is where I'm going. Mr. Tuji spoke about problem solving. as the key to influence. The question I always ask when I do branding for people. So I started with Clarity, then I moved to branding for small businesses. Now I do branding for legacy builders. And now what I get to do when I'm branding for legacy builders is that we get to elevate the problem you are solving. Because I can solve problem for my immediate environment. But what if I start thinking about solving Africa's problem or solving a global problem? Now I'm pushing from just personal brand to public influence. So in the context of when I'm writing my book, who is my book speaking to? Yes, you have to speak to one person. But remember that one person should belong to a people group so that I can elevate my problem solving from just that one person to my people group, right? The next one is empathetic people building. I'll come back to that later. So there's one of the people that I worked with for a year and above, just above a year, and he just moved to Canada, like about 4 months ago. And he sent me a message and he was excited, he was elated, and was telling me how he just got a job that even people, please, let's go back to that last slide, people that are citizens of Canada find it hard to get. And it was just saying, it's how you built me, it's the things you spoken to me. He told me that there was a particular question they asked during an interview. He said, all I needed to do was just combine two of your proprietary statements. I just combined together, and they were wondering, where did you get that from? That is different. And he was like, you guys have no idea. Now, but one thing that he said that shifted me was, you are now well represented here. He said, the place, the position I have covers more than, I think he said 14 or 17 provinces across Canada. There was just a way he just said it, that it was across. Now, what that did to me was, because I was able to define a problem that is elevated in that it can solve global issues, then I took that problem-solving system and I put it in one person. Now that one person leaves the shore of Nigeria, goes to Canada, and is going to be affecting the provinces in Canada with the system that he has been taught. Do you see how empathetic people building can move you from just a personal brand to a public influence? Now, not directly through me, but somebody that I have built can take my proprietary system and take it to a bigger place. Now, the final one is excellent publishing. And this is what I want to say about excellent publishing. I have this thing about Africa. We have publishers here, so sorry, but I have to say this. And I believe that Malisha Publishing is also helping with this. Because I feel like Africa does a lot of inspiration. But I ask, after I have been inspired, I need to solve my problem. And I need to know how I solve my problem. Now, the way to solve problems is to harness inspiration, but distill them into blueprints that we can use to solve problems step by step. And that's what I mean when I say publishing. And I know Lillian, I think Ope, we have to also begin to look into book publishings, book blueprint publishings like white papers. We have to start looking at things like policies, writing policies. So as much as we want to be inspirational, we want to tell our stories, and maybe people go, oh my God, I'm so inspired, I'm motivated. We want to also go technical and begin to take all those 10 years experience and put it together into a signature system that can help to solve step-by-step problems backed by research. Now, when you're talking public influence, that's what we now need to start talking about. Because I ask, and I'm rounding off with this, I ask myself, this is how I elevate myself from just a personal brand to a public influence. I start focusing on the people group. So the people group here, let's say Africa, and I ask myself, what is the African gap for the present personal brand I have? What is the African problem for the present personal solution I bring. So for example, when I'm doing branding, our brand purpose. So I realize a lot of people are focused on immediate problem solving when they are putting out their brands. And as beautiful as that is for business, you can't focus on that for a brand. A brand needs to have a higher purpose. So you will see that we move from this is what I solve with my business to this is the African purpose for my business. I am going to solve this particular African purpose. So for example, I believe that one of the things that Malisha Publishing is solving for Africa is bridging the publishing gap. And for me, it is bridging the legacy gap. Because one thing that has become obvious is that many Africans do a lot without it being documented, and then we lose it as they go. So you see people that have built businesses for 25 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, they die, and then everything they did, the way they accomplished it is not documented. And Africa is just used to that. In fact, there is a saying that says, if you want to keep anything away from a black man, put it in a book. So if it is assumed that a black man will not read, then imagine what is assumed about black men writing or a black woman writing. So this is where I want to finish. Yes, this is the question I want to ask for you. And I think I should still have like 2 or 3 minutes more, right? How many minutes do I still have? Do I still have like 2, 3 minutes more? Because I want all of us to do this today. And I want us to put it in the chat first because I want to read it out loud. I want to ask you, what is the African gap for your present personal brand? I need you to put it in the chat. My African gap for the present personal brand is that I am on a mission to make sure that Africa builds its legacy through the power of brands, publishing blueprints, developing its young, and pushing its boundaries. If you see me passionate about young people, it's because I believe Africa's future is in its young. If you see me pushing for blueprint writing, for people distilling their stories into signature systems, and then we can forward, we can make sure it's published. If you see me asking somebody that, doing podcasts and I'm asking questions, my passion is that I just believe that Africa has got more, and I'm tired of it going to the grave because all we talked about while we were alive is survival. We always give the narrative of Africa like we are suffering people. We are just the people that, we need schools. No, Africa is doing great things. We have a lot of success happening in Africa. But you know why it's not said? Because it's not documented, which is why we need Malisha Publishing. And we need you writing. We need Africa in paper. We need Africa published. Not just like inspirational, but solving problems with proprietary frameworks that can be duplicated anywhere in the world. So I've been talking about my own. Let's go. Can I have it, please? That's what I'm using my final time because I want you to be able to take this. Can you tell me what is the Africa? This is how you move from just being a personal brand. Why am I not seeing I think people are dropping their answers, but I can't see it. What's going on? Or is nobody dropping yet? What is the African gap for your present personal brand? I know you've got a fantastic personal brand, or you're building one, or you at least have a message. What is the African gap? What is the African problem? What is the African, vacuum that your present personal brand can fill? I am not seeing no messages. Lillian, is there a problem? Or tech people, sorry.
No, the messages are dropping. Would attend to them afterwards, please.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to use my time to just read 1 or 2,
right.
Just so we see what it means for you to elevate from a personal brand to a public influence. It means expanding your capacity, right? Somebody said building a legacy that outlives you. Thank you. That is Lillian. Okay. Can we have 1 more people? What is the one more person or 2 more people? What is the African gap for your present personal brand? Because that is my final message. It's time we look to the bigger picture of what our present capacity can deliver. The beautiful thing about elevating your vision to move from just personal to public influence is that once you set a vision, there is a way things begin to work together to make it happen. There is a way things begin to work together to make it happen. All right. Anybody else sharing? Am I the one not singing? Okay. Building the legacy. Coach Chika says, building a legacy that shows people how to eat right using our rich African food. Thank you very much. Now there is an eating right problem, but there is also a rich African food supply. Coach Chika is aiming to not just use a personal brand to, touch people here and there, but to come to that point where the gap in Africa, using Africa's rich African food to meet the eating right problem, is resolved. Now that's moving from personal brand to public influence. Now let me finalize with this. Thank you. Let me finalize with this. If you were asked to come to the White House in the US tomorrow, is your message strong enough to get the President of the United States on his feet, saying, now, that is a problem we want solved for the world? It is not too big to start thinking about now. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much, Madam Ife Adeagbo, for your time, for being inspirational. And it's not just about being inspirational. Some of the things you shared are things that would make one sit down and begin to think, what exactly have I been doing? I have been influential, yes, but how influential have I actually been? Have I actually been able to move the needle? Or is it just about inspiring people? And at the end of the day, we are not necessarily changing things. We are not seeing change in structures. We're not seeing a lot of other things, concrete things that we can actually touch and all of that. Thank you so much for inspiring us and for firing us up to do more and to be more, to not settle for less. Thank you so much, Ife Adeagbo, for that session. Well, this is a part that is very dear to the organizers of this event, and that is because they are a brand that understands the importance of honor and appreciation. They have been able to gather people from different parts of the world, some from USA, UK, some from Canada, some from different parts of the country, Nigeria, and that is no small feat. And I believe that is because they have been able to prove that they are an honorable organization. And of course, in the spirit of being appreciative, we will be honoring and appreciating all our guest speakers, all our panelists, and everyone who has been a part of this event, who has made it as successful as it has been so far. And so for this, I'll be inviting the convener, Lillian Afunwa, to take the stage now.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so I'm trying to, can I have the first appreciation? This is us saying, just hold on, I'll tell you when to move. Just a moment, please. I'm trying to reach one of our speakers that is already driving for another meeting because we're closing now. So I want to see if he can join with his audio. This has been an awesome session, an awesome conference. So much value, and I greatly enjoyed the first session. Like, I know she would just rustle your thoughts, and I did pick something that Malicha is going to work with in the next couple of years as our goal. So thank you, Ife, for that. It's good to have my sister back on that one, but I'll come back to appreciating you properly. First, I want to appreciate our VIP author. That was our first author that was published by Malicha, Mrs. Faith Akintunde. Thank you for making out this time. I know you're a very busy person, but you still had to make out the time. Sometimes I'm wondering, are you even going to show up? Because I'm not seeing your chats. Like, she's not disturbing me in my mind. I'm like, is she going to show up? But she did show up, and she honored, when I mentioned it to her, she said, Lillian, I'm coming for this. I'll be glad to be here. So Mrs. Faith Akintade, want to say thank you. Can I have a thank you card, please? Next slide. Okay, you're scrolling down. Okay. Mrs. Faith Akintade, I want to sincerely thank you for your extraordinary impact on the success of Pen to Influence conference. Your contributions have been instrumental in shaping the conference into a transformative journey for all our participants, and you get to read the rest of our thank yous. Then next one, yes, we have our Malicha Publishing Planner. It's a customized planner for you. You're going to get all of this in your via mail in your folder because they are all e-gifts. We wish we could make them physical, but we know that there are people, several of our speakers are not based in Nigeria. So we want to say a big thank you. And we have this planner for you, customized for you. You have the monthly schedules. You have, when you look through the planner, you see where you can put in your points for the month, what you gained, and what you need to work on as the next month. You know, it's just customized for you. You would love it. And you can print it. You can use it as you wish. Okay, the next one, please. I'm going to be fast with. Yes, thank you. Yes, ma, thank you. And then this is our e-plaque. You can keep it. You can even use it for your Zoom sessions because we're going to be bringing you in for other events. So don't move too fast, faster than me, please. Yeah. So that's our appreciation award, especially for Faith Akintade. You will get to see it on a larger print when we send it. Next one, please. And yes, what's the next one? Yes, so we have another voucher. We want to keep encouraging you to write. So we gave a voucher to one of our speakers yesterday who said he's ready to publish finally. And wow. Now we have a 750K voucher value. Just please a moment. So we have this voucher, and this voucher is just for 3 months. They have it for 3 months. Now you can transfer to a third party if you're not ready within the 3 months. But you have it till the 31st of August. This voucher allows you to take out for our premium authorship package. The premium authorship you're offering for just the 5%. We are also offering to you. However, you get a 750K voucher, you know, in the cost of that publishing. Now, if you're not ready and you have somebody, please transfer your voucher so that they can benefit from it. So just 3 months. And it's to keep encouraging you to publish. And then we have, please scroll down. Yes, let's see a beautiful face in digital art. Aha, exactly. I like that expression. Yes, so wow. Yes, that's what you can hang this. You can use it for your virtual events. You can also print it out. Please go on because of our time. I need to rush through this for the others. So we also, yes, your books are already on, it's already on Malicha Store. So you are author. So automatically you have your book. So we want to say thank you very much, ma.
So,
all right.
Thank you so much. And I'm short for words, but I'll just say this is quite creative. This is very impressive. And I feel like, yeah, let's go do something right now. And awesome, very, very awesome events. And I can tell you that I'm really proud to be part of this vision. And I'm looking forward to hearing of all the impacts you're going to be making in every angle. I mean, think about every angle, from publishing to mentoring, coaching, and being a global influence that you already are, and reverberating that impact across the earth. Great job, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma. Okay, can I rush through the others? So I'm not going to talk much on, so just to make it faster, let me have Mr. Olatunji's slide, his gifts. So he's driving, but he has joined again, but maybe just with audio. Slide please for Mr. Olatunji Ajani. We keep calling you doctor. But it's MBA. I think it's time you got a your PhD. Please. I don't know where that doctor is coming from, but we've used this so many times.
I don't know your plan for me, Lillian, but I don't know if it's going to work.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a thank you card. You're going to get all your gifts. Let me rush through because of time. Next one. We sincerely thank you and appreciate you for your extraordinary contribution. Please scroll down my slide person. What's the number 2?
Can you make me drop my
Number 2. Okay, the planner. You also get your customized planner from Malicha Publishing. This is mainly from my team that put this together. Then go on forward. Yeah. Yes. And then we have your e-plaque. Thank you so much. This is an appreciation award from us to you for being a part of the P2I conference as a speaker. Next up, number 4. A 750 voucher as well. You're already one of our clients, also an advisor. So I don't even know where to. I think you, Mr. Tunji, just go and make your payments and let's start your work. That's just what I would say. So that we'll take this voucher. It has added to, you have even added gain more value. So you will not be paying as much as we planned for you before. So please, this is your voucher. Let's make it happen. Then the final one. Yes, can you see yourself? So this is also a digital art for you. I want to say
thank you so much. I can't see it because I'm driving.
Yes, you're driving. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Get to see it. All right. I'm sure you like your face on it. Then, of course, when you publish your book, it will be featured on Malicha Store. Let's go to the next person. I think we have Mr. Okoyemi. I don't know if Adeshiluke has joined back. If not, let's go to Okoyemi Ogunyomi. Then Okoyemi Ogunyomi. Then we go to Ife. Okay, we go to Okoyemi. Go to those that are at least here. Mr. Lala, Ife. Those that are not here, maybe we'll just appreciate them and send to them. Please get Mr. Lala back. I know he's available. Okay, so let's have Okoyemi zone up now. Is that Okoyemi zone? Uncle Ope, this is to say thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. Please scroll down. I hope Adora was able to watch all through.
Yeah, she joined briefly because she had another conference too. So
okay, all right. Why am I not seeing Mr. Okwokwe's? I can't see anything. Is it the network? You're moving too fast and I can't see anything. Okay, so we have our thank you card for you, which I cannot see on my screen, maybe due to network. And then we also have your customized planner as well from the entire team. Then we also have your voucher. You have to encourage you another voucher because Dear Teenager is done. We are going to the next one. Beloved teenager, I don't know, global teenager. You have a 550,000 voucher and we would like you to make use of it within 3 months and it's ending on 31st of August. If you're not ready, please transfer. It's for premium authorship package because there are so many things that you need. So you can also transfer to someone if you are not yet ready. Please scroll down to the next one. And yes, that is Uncle Okwe in digital art.
Thank you so much.
You can make use of it for your digital events, or you can even print it and put it just the way you have that one at the back. Okay, so yes, all right, I can see your message, Victor. Yes, then of course your book is already on Malicha's Malicha's bookstore, and I have it here. Still have my copy here, our copy, so you can go get it. All right, thank you very much, Uncle. It's such an honor to have you here.
I am honored too. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. I think we have Ife. We still have Ife on board, so let's just appreciate Ife as the last person. Then every other person that is not here, I will appreciate them in absentia. So Mrs. Ife Ade Agbo, happy birthday to you again. Happy birthday to my baby Ethan. Please send him my love. apologize to him on our behalf for taking a part of his day. Getting his mom busy on his 10th birthday. But I want to say thank you. And here's a thank you card to you for being a part of this conference. Can you please scroll down to the next one? And then, of course, you're going to get your customized planner. And for the year 2024, it's still on. I mean, this is just 5 months into the year, so you can still make use of the rest of the 7 months. Yes, next one, please. Yes, and our appreciation award for being a part of the speakers and panelists of this conference. Thank you so much. Actually, thank you so much for that session. And then also you get a 550,000 voucher. Now, it's still the premium authorship package. And I know you write a lot. So please, your next book, I hope it is Malicha that is publishing it. So I'm giving you a booster. Then the next one, please. The next one. Yes. Aha, we got this for you. I hope it really looks like you. I hope you love it. Yes. So, and then finally, yes, you can bring your books. You can let us have your books. We'll feature it on our bookstore. So anybody can also access from us. So thank you very much. It's been such a privilege and honor to have you on the P2I conference. All right. Can we go to can I quickly say big thank you to the others? Maybe we use Mr. Barakinu's on as a remark for the guest of honor. Yes. Oh, okay. You can unmute if you want, Mrs. Ife. I saw that you're typing. All right.
Just wanted to say thank you very much. Thank you for celebrating me, celebrating my son, and thank you for all the gifts. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. So for all of our speakers, I'm just going to put this together. Yetunde Adeshuluka Oladejo and Mr. Itokwe, as well as Mr. Congressman Simeon Toluwanimi Borokini and Dr. Mrs. Ayoyinka Babatunde. In absentia, we just want to say thank you. We do appreciate you. We also have thank you cards for each of you, customized 2024 planner for each of you, which will be sent to you individually. And then you also have your digital art, of course. And then you have access to your own vouchers. And yes, your vouchers and your appreciation award on behalf of Malicha Publishing, and then access to our bookstore to sell your books as well and feature your books. So thank you very much to all our speakers. I'm going to hand back to the host, and I must appreciate our host in case I don't get the opportunity to say this. You guys did an amazing job, and I want to say thank you. Thank you to you both. Of course, you have your gifts. I need to appreciate you. You also have the same gift. The job you did is, I want to say, you have to be here round the clock, but yesterday and today. So yours is even greater. So we want to say thank you. Tenye Boyle, thank you all the way from the UK. And Perpetua Fasomi Peter, thank you. Perpetua has always been there from the onset of Malicha Publishing. So thank you, Perpetua. Thank you for being a great host all the time. All the time we call on Perpetua. I think we need to make her a partner now. Malicha partner when it comes to media. So we'll discuss this after. Thank you so much. And thank you all for joining. So I'll hand back to the host.
Right. Thank you so much, Lillian, for the opportunity. It's well deserving. On behalf of myself, my co-host Perpetua, and of course the Malicha team and every guest who's been here, it's been a wonderful experience. Pen to Infest is officially a success. And we're closing this on the note that we're coming back for a better and a bigger conference next year. On this note, on behalf of everyone on the team, thank you and happy new month. Bye.
Petra is saying something, but we can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. I'll say thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being your co-host for today, and I really appreciate it. I look forward to more. I do have a wonderful evening and happy new month to you. I am Perpetua Fasomi Peter, and across social media, I am Perpetua Fasomi Peter, and of course on Instagram @_I am Perpetua. Thank you for your time.
Bye. Bye.